Hello, hello, hello. What
Hello.
is going on?
I forgot to grab the other bag. Whoa.
Bang, bang. Here we are. We got Gay Part in the chat. What's going on, man? We got lots of cool
Howdy,
things
Sheriff.
to open up tonight. And then obviously, we got the big Galactus back there we just got. And we still have the new Silver Surfer. And I was right, Chris. His name is Morg, which I really like him like a lot. I think he's really cool. Um, but we no longer have the Nova. Nova is gone, but she's turned into something else, which is pretty cool. We'll be showing her off, or showing it off. It's actually a couple things. You got? Is that everything, Chris?
I believe so.
Um, Friday, we have our Halloween special coming out.
Spooky.
Which is gonna be pretty cool. Uh, Excited about that. I hope it gets a good reception. Um, Also gonna be doing another giveaway. Is gonna be attached to that. So yeah, it's gonna be a good one too. I just thought of something. I picked out some stuff for the giveaway like a week ago or so, but I just picked out another thing to add to the giveaway. I thought of it today. I need to actually go find it in my box of stuff. It's gonna be a good giveaway. But in turn, I need some help. I need y'all to tell your friends about the video. Because like I said, and that's gonna be the point of this giveaway is I put a lot of work into this video and I want people to see it. You know, I want people to check it out. But but yeah, you doing all right tonight, Logan? Oh, also I got a cool comic coming in. It should be in tomorrow. I don't know when I'm gonna show it off though. Um, hmm. Because I don't want to show it off during the Halloween special. Um, and I don't want to show it off. I'm gonna do an additional video Sunday talking about the giveaway. So it might have to wait. I don't know till another time, or maybe I could just do like a little YouTube short video, and that could be that. Doing good left work early and dashed made more money than if I was at work. Yeah, cool, cool. Works out, man. I've been I got my eyes on another big book. I made an offer on it. I'm hoping it'll go through. We'll see. I'm waiting to hear back um, to my offer. So the book I have coming in tomorrow is a decent book. Um, it's it's a good book. It's at a lower grade, so making it, it's okay. But the one I got my eyes on is a pretty good one. Um, yeah, when did you start doing shorts? I was shocked when they came up. It's been something I've been wanting to do for a while, but I just hadn't really decided what I wanted to do with them. And then I just kind of had some funny ideas of different things, and I don't know, just different stuff. And I kind of like them. That they're neat. Um, and I don't know. Sometimes you get just a little either fun or funny idea that's just something small. Um, for me, that doesn't always mean something fast and easy. Which, like, there was that one video which I wanted to do, which was, showing off my journey into mystery and saying, like, I was talking about I want to pick up the Tales of Suspense 39, and then I was like, what big book would you want to grab? Which I don't really think anybody I think I might have got a couple comments on it. But that one was pretty easy to do. But then, like that She-Hulk one, actually took me like a couple hours or so to make, and it's a 13-second video. WB. Oh, the Werewolf by Night. I forgot I made that one. I was trying to think. I was like, which one did I make? But yeah, that one with the man thing is really, it was really a man thing video. I want to do more stuff like that. So I bought a green screen. Right above the comic wall here, there's a little gap, and I was able to put these, like, they're hooks, and I can, like, hang a green screen from it, basically. And so I bought that, and that's what I used to make that video. And I want to do more of that. I want to, like, just take, like, moments from the MCU and whatever, where I just have little commentary about certain scenes and stuff. And I think that'll be a lot of fun. It'll just take some time to figure out, like, I have some idea of some things I want to talk about, but, like, I could probably go back through and watch different movies and stuff and talk about, scenes I liked, or, I was thinking, I've been meaning to, like, make a video on the movie Logan and all the problems I have with it. I don't know if I could fit that into a short.
Hey, somebody said,
but I could
keychain. You read that?
Got my Spawn keychain yesterday. Awesome. Glad that you got it in. Did you get yours from a giveaway? Or did you... I can't remember. I mean, not that it matters. But I think yours was from a giveaway. I don't even remember what giveaway.
Galactus.
Maybe it might have been... I feel like you were from Timo Hana's, one of his giveaways, I think. But I can't remember. I think so. Oh yeah, because he bought... Yeah, that's right. He bought yours and had it shipped to you. That's what it was. Can I help? You can't stand the X-Men movies? Yeah, the giveaway. I remember now. I remember. I overall enjoy the X-Men movies.
Particularly the kind of reboot ones. The first two.
Yeah, the original trilogy...
First Class and Days of Futures Past were really good, I think.
The original trilogy are good. They definitely have their problems.
Yeah.
Part of that being just...
They were some of the first comic...
Yeah, they were 2000s
movies.
comic book movies. They are what they are,
Oh, I shouldn't say some of the first. Some of the first successful ones.
Yeah. Like, keep in mind, like, they might not be
Before
perfect,
was-
but they're better than Daredevil. They're,
Better than Elektra.
Yeah, better than Man Thing.
Better than Man Thing.
I don't know. Anyway, it was a bit of a dark time, but that was kind of the beginning of the good times,
Yeah. Where they were like, all right, so we can get away with some of these goofier aspects of the characters, but not all of them. We're not putting them in spandex.
Yeah. I don't totally hate Wolverine Origins.
Yeah. People shit on that movie so much. Literally, I think the only, like, really bad part is the Deadpool scene.
Deadpool's
the rest of
really
it
bad.
Is campy and fun.
I think there's really bad CGI in
There's
that
some
movie.
bad CGI.
like
I'll get yelled at it for
inexcusably bad, like way worse than what came before it. Bad, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? God, why did they literally should have cut the scene where he's looking at his claws. That's the worst scene. It looks like I could have made better looking claws than that. It's so bad. Um, yeah, but like that's not like that's the whole point of that shot is wow, look at these claws, and it's like oh, I don't want to look at those claws. Um,
But then they proceed it with one of the dumbest, and again, it's bad CGI scene,
him riding out
goofy things
on the
ever,
motorcycle.
where he takes out the helicopter with his claws and a motorcycle.
Yeah,
And it's dumb and it's funny and it's great.
I'm kind of mixed on that because like at the same time for me, what I really like Liev Schreiber as Sabretooth. I think he does an awesome job. Let's see what else.
I forgot the name of the actor, but I like Gambit.
He's
He
okay.
did all right.
I think he was fine. I didn't.
He did what Gambit usually does. Misunderstands the situation, fucks up.
I feel actually like I would say I'd give him like a 4 on his performance out of 10. Like it was meh.
Pisses off Wolverine. That's what he does best.
The structure of the movie overall is really good. It's one of those things where you see sometimes in a movie where you get a montage and it's just like, wait a minute, can that be the movie instead? That's like a really cool concept. Why are we just flying by this in like 30 seconds? And it's where Wolverine and Sabretooth are going through all these different wars and stuff, and it's like that would have been an awesome movie. That would have been a killer movie, but we didn't get that. Let's see. What else? Okay, so then
That's one of my favorite lines ever.
Yeah.
Where Stryker's like, "Come on, Wolverine, serve your country," and then Wolverine's like, "I'm Canadian," and fucking drives off.
Yeah. The Wolverine was a really awesome movie. The ending fight's kind of meh.
Yeah.
But like the rest of the movie is really, really solid. I like that movie a lot. And then starting with the new trilogy. Well, I guess it went past the trilogy, didn't it? Yeah, because it was 4 movies, right? I don't count the last one. Anyway.
Yeah.
But First Class is one of my favorite superhero movies, like just in general. It's a great film. I think it's fantastic. Days of Future Past. I think it's a lot more hype than First Class. I don't think it's as good of a movie. I think it's fun. A lot of cool things happening. I don't think it's as good as First Class. First Class is such.
Yeah, I think it's as good as First Class, but I still think it's a really good movie.
No, I'm just saying, like, I feel like people in general like Days of Future Past better, but I don't know. I think there's between First Class and
that's just because there's more Wolverine in it.
Yeah, well, but between First Class and Guardians 2, which are probably my 2 favorite superhero movies. But again, they're just written really well and performed very well. And maybe, well, I was going to say maybe they're not as flashy, but Guardians 2 is pretty flashy.
Yeah.
I don't know why people don't like that movie. Or act like it's just...
They don't see past the Flash, and they think they're thinking, like, critically when they're like, oh, this movie's just dumb jokes and stuff. But it's kind of like... I'm trying to think of how to explain it.
The message store if I had Moon Knight on my pools. Does the annual get pulled? Yeah, you'll get the annual. It was a good annual.
You know how, like, a pretentious music person will only, like, listen to one genre and be like, oh, those are trash, you know? And won't even give them a shot because of that perception.
I guess.
In a way. I feel like people just kind of do that with Guardians 2 in a way.
I
where they
wouldn't
just
use
see
that
it
example.
flashy and bad jokes, and they don't
Well, no, because to me,
see any.
what I see a lot of people more so, because it happens a lot where the sequel to a movie is we're doing the movie again, except for everything gets bigger and more extreme in the second movie. And I feel like a lot of people think that's what Guardians 2 is. And I'm like, it's written so much better. Like, I don't I don't think Guardians 2 is Guardians 1 redone but with a bigger budget
Yeah.
at all. Like, and I don't know why it gets treated like that. Cuz like a lot of people will do that with Ace Ventura. Um but I always thought the second one was a way better movie because like it did have the bigger budget and it was just I don't know. I think sometimes that works. Is my point I'm getting across with that. But in that one is very clearly we did Ace Ventura again, but this one's crazier. You know, um, I don't I don't think Guardians 2 is just Guardians 1 again at all. Um, Peter and Gamora's relationship is totally different. Um, you have Mantis in there, which is a brand new character. You have
It depends if they make good movies. I know he said he doesn't want to direct every DC movie because he knows he's not fit for it.
oh well, see here.
But
So here's kind of the
if he can like pick good directors, then sure.
yeah. So I'm very interested to see what's going to be happening with DC because the sad bit of news with that is we probably I would assume wouldn't be getting very much James Gunn directed stuff anymore because he's going to be I would assume too busy
Yeah.
with doing his new job. And I quite like him as a director and writer and everything. So, with that, you know, being gone, presumably, maybe I don't. Maybe he's gonna kick it in overdrive and really go at it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that being said, it's just
Any
nice.
more of those?
It's nice to know that someone is in charge with a vision.
And that cares about comics.
Yeah, that wants to create something that, like I said, is just unified and I don't know, and not just The Rock making a movie where he gets to beat up people. So I'm going to talk about. Have you know what happens at the end of Black Adam? The end credit scene.
Yeah.
Okay. Logan, do you care if I talk about Black Adam and the end credit scene and stuff? I haven't watched the movie, but I know what happens. But I just want to go on a little tangent about that because I don't care for The Rock. I think the only scene that I've liked him in, or only role that I've liked him in, well, two. I didn't mind him as the Scorpion King in the Mummy movie. Not the Scorpion King movie, because that's actually a totally different character that doesn't track at all with the Scorpion King in the
To be
movie.
honest, I've never seen it.
The Scorpion King movie?
Yeah.
Okay, so like, this is very, you know, because I don't entirely remember, but in the Mummy movie, the Scorpion, like his whole deal was like, he was like this evil warlord character or whatever, and set up something so that he could be revived as the big scorpion guy or whatever. And then when they made the Scorpion King movie, he's just a good guy, as they do with things and properties. And I don't know, it's weird. Okay, so yeah, Superman shows up, and they're clearly setting up a battle between Superman and The Rock. Because it's not even Black Adam at this point. It's just The Rock being what he is and everything that he does. Which is I don't know how much you know about his contracts and all that stuff, but it's so sad to me. As such a likable guy, popular, super big and buff and strong, and you know, should have no issues with confidence, you know. Yet, as he got bigger and more successful, he started putting things in his contract where, in a fight, he can't get hurt more than the other guy he's fighting, and he can't lose his fights. At best, he can draw a fight, but all this stuff, and it's just like it sets up for boring story and boring and limited story potential. And so, like, he's demanding.
Hello, villain of DC Comics.
Oh, give me 1 second. Entertain the people, Chris.
Alright, I'm going to show off some things. Because that's what we're supposed to be doing. Hello, everybody. So, as you can see here, this pile of stuff we have acquired. I'm not going to open any of it without Marco, but I am most certainly going to show you some of it. So, if you are a longtime fan of the channel, you know we have a stilt man. A very tall stilt man. He's like this tall, because we made his stilts real tall. We've acquired more legs for the stilt man. And I guess more hand ninjas too. They're cool, I guess. They come with some cool accessories here and there. A sword, extra hands that go like this. Some scythes? I don't know what to call them. Yo, what's up, Terrence? I'm talking about stilt man. My pride and joy. Anyways, he's beautiful. I wish we'd brought him over here. Let me do that for like a second. Bye, stream. Everyone's leaving you. Being abandoned. How's it feel? Probably not good. I'm back. Look how tall this stilt man is. Isn't he great? He got a cobweb on him because he's dusty. But I can hold this stilt man like a bat. What's up? I was just talking about stilt man and his glory.
Did you add his legs?
Not yet.
Okay.
I said I wasn't going to open anything without you. Get over
No,
here.
that's fine. I had to take a call for one of my keychain clients that gets a lot.
Let's add some legs.
Yeah, so...
Let me take his feet off. Or I'll just break his legs in the middle here.
No. Anyway, so I did one... Hey, what's up, Terrence? That Marvel or DC?
Stiltman?
What is...
Stiltman
is Marvel. Also, it's really cool to... God, I forgot how much of his leg that was.
Yeah.
It's cool to be making our Stiltman bigger, but it's also really cool to just have an army of hand ninjas.
Yeah, I said it was whatever to have him compared to Stiltman, you know. But...
I mean, well, it was funny because...
I'm so happy.
It really was like a dream come true.
That they made Stiltman?
Stiltman was one that I wanted for a long time, but didn't think they would ever make.
Got your opening knife ready?
Oh, crap. Hold on. I'm dropping things. But anyway, but the Hand Ninja was one that I really wanted. There is an older Marvel Legends Hand Ninja, but he's not that good. Oh, that's right, because he has like the hunched over
shoulder. He's made of the Ronin body.
For whatever reason, there was a time period where like a lot of the character Marvel Legends figures were like hunched over like this, and I don't understand whose decision that was. If it was just something that like some of the figures looked like that, that'd be whatever. I don't understand why they're like, yeah, how do people stand like this?
Give them legs.
Hold on.
No.
Anyway, so I did want to talk about the Rock and everything a little bit, but yeah, I just feel like he's forcing himself to fight Superman, and he's gonna make himself beat Superman. I feel like because I feel like he's just bullied himself into this movie, into it happening. Now, granted, from what I heard, at least initially, it's not doing crazy well. Like, it's doing okay. And I don't know how much power an okay movie, box office wise, I'm talking about like how it is or whatever, but like, you know, I don't know how much power that will give him if all he has is a movie that is, you know, made some money.
Fantastic.
He's off the screen.
Finally out of frame.
Let's see. Put him
Right here, he's in
standing
frame.
on the couch. Oh, okay. Well, he needs some more legs then.
Hold on. Gone.
Yeah, I mean, that's cheating. He's bigger than Galactus. You really like the movie? Yeah, okay, so I don't know if you were here when I first started talking about it, Terrence. Or Black going to be a good guy. They're making him into an anti-hero, which I don't understand.
Because Dwayne Johnson doesn't want to be a villain.
Well, that's the thing. I hate when they take these characters and they'll be like, oh, well, this actor is being, you know, this character, so he's got to be a good guy.
Thank you, Gabe Hart. We know.
Well, and it's just weird that he's like, why is he not? Why are they focused on him fighting Superman? He should be fighting Shazam.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I don't really care. I'm not a DC guy, but like I know that's where he comes from.
Yeah. Originally, they were gonna have him in Shazam's movie, but
yeah,
Rock was like, no, he should have his own movie and be his own character first. Which, to an extent, I can understand, because I want Doctor Doom to have his own movie. I want him to be a piece of shit. I want him to be a horrible person in that movie.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, you can have these villain characters be interesting. They can lead their own movie, or, you know, you can go like the Thanos route where they believe in a cause and they're, you know, doing bad stuff to get to it.
You have Dengar now? We got a Dengar.
Yeah, we finally got a Dengar. Haven't, just need...
Forlom.
Forlom or Zuckus?
Forlom.
Yeah, Forlom. I always forget which one we need. And then we'll have all
the way Zuckus always says it is Forlom.
But anyway, they did that with going back to the X-Men movies. They did that with Jennifer Lawrence and Mystique. They're like, oh, Jennifer Lawrence is playing her, so she's got to be good. It's like, no. And again, if you want to have that, like,
because in the original she was a straight up villain.
I feel like she's fine in First Class because she's young and finding her place, and then like after that, they're like start trying to kind of make her a villain, but then they just give up on it. And again, it all comes down
they
to
even, like, almost did it in Days of Futures Past again, because she was gonna be the catalyst for the super mutant registration act, and all that. Like, it was going to be her fault.
Yeah,
the Sentinels were made.
Yeah,
and all that. Because she killed the president.
But yeah, I really, I didn't like her. I didn't like her in the first movie, First Class. She's my least favorite part of the first movie, because, she does like 3 different accents in that movie, and they're all really bad. So that kind of irritated me on that one. But then, like I said, because Mystique was cool in the original trilogy. She was a villain and she was cool. Now, granted, she had a lot less depth. And that's the thing. You can give somebody depth and still make them a villain. Just because you make them sympathetic doesn't mean... Or just even because you want to make them sympathetic, you want them to be likable, doesn't mean they have to be good. And I always go back to like Breaking Bad for a good example. You start off feeling really bad for Walter, but he makes his choices and they're bad. Here's Dengar. He makes himself a villain, and he's still, you know, the main character, you still like it. I mean, it's a great show, obviously. Everything he does. Oh, where's his pistol? He's got a holster on his leg. That's pretty cool. Come on, focus.
Yeah. There you go.
There we go. I'm a big fan of holsters. Well, I need this and I need the other thing if I'm going to show these off. So like I said, we got the Galactus, and then we traded the Nova, because we still have the Morg and the Surfer that came with him. And there was another exclusive figure, the Frankie Ray Nova, that our friend Logan, not Logan in the stream, but Logan at our shop, he really wanted her. And he, unprompted, was like, I'll trade these two to you for it. And I was like, I don't think I can pass that up. So the first thing we got here... Whoop, crap. Well, give me a second. Let me fix it. I always forget. I don't like that this part pops off so easily. There's no real reason for it, I guess. Anyway, so we got... Is it Bone Breaker? Bone Crusher? Bone Smacker?
Bone Crusher.
I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards Bone Breaker. I can't remember, but this awesome Build-A-Figure. It was a wave that I did not care for at all. I really liked the Build-A-Figure, but...
Like 2 or 3 in there I kind of wanted.
Yeah, I didn't care about any of them. But the Build-A-Figure's sweet. He's part of the Reavers. And I'm just all about tank treads. And oh, by the way, before I show you the next part of what we got in the trade, check out what we picked up here. Or we didn't pick it up. We've actually had these. I got a couple gun tanks. So here's my main on the Gundam game. If you're, been watching our streams, you're very familiar with gun tank now. And we actually, we have a box of Gundams, and we dug it out the other day and then found the 2 gun tanks. Lots of other cool Gundams in there as well. Oh, Chris found his, you should go get the Zaku.
Hold on, I'm reading.
Oh, yeah, I've been reading chat.
I've lost my place because you said something.
Hold on, let me pull this out.
I can't see your head just out of the way.
Popping it out over here. Where's the...
Slower.
I know, I'm trying to get...
I know, I'm telling you.
Oh, it's all the way down there, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said slower.
No, I said it's lower.
I wish you could make that go away.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Kind of sucks right now. I'm going to change my name soon. I was in the movie theater shaking my head because I was a DC fan.
Well, unlike DC movies, there's an actual, progression to Marvel movies. When they come out, generally. I'd say just in order of what they came out is probably good to watch them in. So start off with Iron Man, the Hulk, I forget if Captain America or Thor's first, either one. Then you hit the Avengers and...
Yeah, I'm fine to... I think just watching them in release state is fine.
It's not like...
There's some things that matter and some things that don't. Because, you could watch Guardians whenever and it's going to be fine. It doesn't... I mean, I guess you have to watch them before Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, there's something. If you just watch it on release order, I think that's fine. There are some things. I guess the only one I could tell you to watch maybe differently. Watch Black Widow after Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can watch Black Widow after Civil War, and I think that'd be the only change that I would make.
You can watch Captain Marvel at any point.
Well, it's got to be before. Was she in between Infinity War and Endgame? Is that what it was, or was she before Endgame?
I think she was right after Infinity.
Or before Infinity War, I meant to say.
Right after Infinity War.
Right after Infinity War, yeah, because she shows up in the post-credit scene, and then we get her movie, and then she's in Endgame. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a fine spot. Yeah. I know it's not chronological order because it's we go back. Her movie is a prequel, showing her origin in the 90s or whatever. But that's where the character fits into the main story of the MCU.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with it.
Moving on to the next thing.
Well, no, we're not done yet. I haven't done that.
Oh, I thought you showed it off
No.
already.
But also, I wouldn't even be mad about watching Black Widow when it comes out, like in the order that it comes out.
Yeah.
Because again, I feel like a lot of people heavily miss the point of Black Widow and Hawkeye, the series Hawkeye. They're not so obvious passing the torch movies. They don't come out and say, "Well, I guess you have my job now." It's not like that. But Black Widow is very much setting up Yelena Belova.
It's more like, through these circumstances, I trust you with this position that we've faced over the course of the story. You know?
And then Hawkeye, I hear so many people when they complain about Hawkeye, they're like, it's mainly about Kate Bishop. Yes, I know.
She's Hawkeye.
I think there's so many people, and I get it, there is a disconnect from people that are just watching this as a show and don't know anything about the comics. But Kate Bishop is also Hawkeye. And I don't know, I felt like it would have been cheesy. But, I mean, they did the thing. I like the way they did it at the end of Hawkeye, where she's, throughout it trying to come up with a name. And then he's like, I have an idea. And then it just goes to the Hawkeye title card.
Yeah.
I think that went over so many people's heads. I think they're probably like, I wonder what his idea was, Like, I really do think that. I don't know. It's super frustrating. And then, like, I see so many people be like, they should have done more with Clint and blah, 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 like all this stuff. I'm like, granted, there are some criticisms. I think they use Kazi weird.
Yeah.
I think there's certain parts of Kingpin that are weird. I really like the tracksuit.
Tracksuit Mafia?
Yeah, Tracksuit Mafia was
perfect.
awesome. And they were great, like, sub-villains. You know what I mean? Like, they were there. They weren't that important. I mean, they were filling the space. But, like, entertainably. I really like them as just some thugs to beat up, but these were fun thugs to beat up. You know what I mean? And also murder a couple of them. Very gruesomely. But, anyway, so the other part of the trade, like I said, so we traded the Frankie Ray Nova for Bone something here. Bone Breaker, I think. And then the other part was this Lady Sif that I've wanted for a long time.
Looks really nice.
It's gorgeous. It looks so good. This is from the A-Force set, which is a set that I didn't particularly want. I mainly just wanted her.
I wanted it.
I wouldn't be mad to get
most
it.
Marvel Legends. I want, like...
But this was definitely, like, the big one for me.
What's stopping me is money and space.
For me, like, this is the must-have of the set, Like, if you could pick one from that set, this is it. And which I'm just a big Thor guy, and like especially like this costume is just gorgeous.
Yeah.
I wish we got to see Sif more in Love and Thunder, because her costume looked great, even though you could literally barely see it in the movie. The best way to describe the MCU is like a George R. R. Martin novel. Each chapter is a different character, each movie. But they all tell a story, the Avengers Saga, the Infinity Saga. Yeah. Space is the big issue.
Yeah.
Space is always the big issue. Hey, Pia.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I got both of these for that. Which, like, part of me kind of wanted to keep the Frankie. But when, like I said, when our friend was like, I'll trade you both of these, he was ready. He knew what we liked, and he was like, I got these. And like I said, two really, really cool figures, and I could not pass up.
Now that you've stopped in the stream, I want you to guess what Marvel character this is right here.
It shouldn't be hard. I mean,
unless you don't know.
The hardest part would, I think if you see it, you should know, unless you just don't know the character at all.
And while that's
Or if you just thought those were a couple of like pieces of metal laying in the back.
while that's happening, I'm not gonna build it right now. I got a cute little Lego train. It's gonna be fun some other time. The sheriff has welcomed you. I see.
I am curious. I'm kind of hopping around, but with the DC stuff and James Gunn taking over direction wise and everything, it would be a little sad to see if he started focusing on like his world building, to see like the Batman and the Joker, that kind of stuff, go away potentially.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure like the Joker 2 is like well in development and everything, but I'm not sure how far along the Batman stuff is. And there's a lot of interesting things. I want to see more of Gotham.
Yeah.
And like the underground and the characters and all that. I want to see those characters out of that world. I think would be super interesting. Do you actually want to? Because I think I'm gonna run to the bathroom. If you want to make that Lego thing real quick.
Yeah, sure. I'll make a little Lego train. Then I'll
just
show
squeeze
it off.
past you now.
You guys won't be able to see me make it. I'm just gonna.
Yeah. Just pick it up every now and then and show them.
Yeah.
The progress.
It shouldn't be too hard or long. Hey Chris, you want to make Legos? Dumb question, honestly. God. Do I want to make Legos? Yes! It's always the answer. Yes! I'm so happy that our sheriff, we picked really good on a sheriff with you, Gabe Hart. So, choo-choo! Fuck yeah! Sorry. ADHD moment. What was I saying? So happy we picked really good with a sheriff. It's you. Because you're very nice and welcoming to our community. Here. Can I get some choo-choos in chat? That's all I require right now. I need this hype, this energy. Here, I'll build it a little higher too. It's light and small. I can do that. Yo, what you playing, Pia? Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Some choo-choos. That the piece? That's the piece. Right there. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. This is Skyrim? Oh, that's what you're playing. Yeah. Nice. I haven't played Skyrim in forever. I tried the VR for a little bit. But I think I was just bad at it in VR. Not like, I know some people get like motion sick and stuff, which I can understand. I don't, but you know, to each their own. I don't think it was a good VR game, in my opinion. But, what do I know? Is this on right? Yeah, it is. Oh, hell yeah. Guys, I'm gonna show you this in just a second. It's looking very train right now. Check this out. Look how much of a train that is. God, this is fantastic. Yeah, that's kind of where I stand on it, on the matter. On VR Skyrim. You know what's one of the worst VR games I ever played? VR Doom. Thank you, Pia. I appreciate this support, and I need to sit. My foot's falling asleep. Ugh. Anyways, Doom, I don't think was a good VR game either. on the basis that it's too fast paced and you die just so fast. 1 second, you've slowly moved to the left. The next, you're surrounded by demons. So this is the first page done. Look at him. Ain't he great? One of my favorite VR games I ever played was Super Hot. Let's see. Yeah, that would probably make most people sick with how... Yeah. I don't know what they were thinking. They were probably just like, hey, VR is hot right now. Let's make it... let's make Doom VR. Anyway, Super Hot is one of the few VR games I ever played that made me feel like an action hero. It's so much fun and genuinely a little challenging.
Did you hear that smack on the door?
I didn't hear anything. What? I don't know how to hear.
Got my box of keychains.
Oh, nice.
I was holding it and the box ripped.
We've been having a nice chat.
And it just fell down the stairs. I had to help Buddy. So Buddy's my mom's dog up there. And she gave him a chunk of hot dog, but it went under a shelf, and he's just sitting there scratching so hard at the floor trying to get to it.
Poor little baby.
So I had to go dig it out for him. All right.
Here, be an easel or something. Hold this.
So what's going on with the chat here?
Choo Choo's in chat.
Choo Choo. Is that the person?
No.
Okay.
No, because we showed the train off and.
Okay. So Choo Choo's in the chat. I thought you said Choo Choo is in the chat, and I was like, "Who's Choo Choo?" Also, wanted to mention, in case anybody is here that wasn't here earlier, Friday's video is a special video, or Halloween special. We're gonna be. I have it's a little. I don't want to reveal too much. It's a little mini film. And at the end of it, there's going to be an awesome giveaway. So stay tuned for that. Really excited. We've put a lot of work into that. What?
Gabe Hart said the couch cover's coming up.
Yeah, why?
Not sure if
what?
we care.
I don't know, because you've been tearing it up.
It's Galactus' fault. He's the one standing.
You've been flipping around and stuff.
My foot was falling asleep. Look. If you don't like the way I
don't
run the stream when you're gone...
No, you were tearing it up before I left.
There's no video evidence of that.
God, I'm going to stab him. And there will be video evidence of that. Anyway,
I'm almost done here.
Are you?
Yeah.
Where do the hands go?
Oh, no. This is a Christmas train, Marco. This is meant to bring joy.
Hands can bring you joy, Chris.
I don't like the way that's worded. Hey, stop rolling.
Put it in the hand, Chris. Pieces won't roll away if they're in the hands.
God, this little... in the middle cart.
Oh, what I wanted to say about them earlier.
Hold on, this is train time. Choo-choo.
Choo-choo.
It's got little presents on there. You see them? Because it's a Christmas train.
Yeah.
And it's got another part. I want to get more of these now and just make a bunch of carts.
Yeah. I thought you just letting go of it.
It's pretty sturdy on there.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Flies off and shatters. Anyway, what I never finished my thought about the hand earlier. So they had some older figures and they weren't great. And it was like one of those things, I wanted them for a long time, and I was just like, I didn't really want to spend that much money on them and have something that I didn't really like all that much. And then alternatively, there's some Red Ninjas from the G.I. Joe line
Yeah.
that a lot of people were using as
They
hand
look really
ninjas.
good.
And I was really coming close to being
They're
like,
expensive.
I'll just get them, and those will be my hand ninjas. And they're like, actually, here, you can have some hand ninjas. They look amazing, and if you want to, you can keep buying a bunch of them and just make your Stiltman as tall as you want. And I don't know whose idea that was, but it was brilliant.
I think technically it is, but I don't think he had like a hand in it.
What?
This is the Friday video.
He's talking about the special, the Halloween special. I assume.
Wait.
What are you thinking about?
I don't know. My brain just thought it knew what it was talking about.
Has
And so
nothing
it
to
just
do.
started-
It has nothing to do with James Gunn or DC. This video has been kind of in the works for about a month now, maybe a little
What video
less.
are you making? I forgot.
The Halloween special.
Oh, our Halloween special.
Yes.
You know, I
I
was
want to put it out on Friday.
going back to G.I. Joe's and the wonderful segue you set up for me. Yeah, Sergeant Stalker.
But no, it's a Marvel thing. It's a Marvel thing. And that's all you're gonna get out of me for
Yeah.
now.
Why is your couch like got glue?
It's this pillow. I need to throw it out, but it's also comfy. Don't worry about it.
Hand me a knife. Actually, I don't need to. Here's one right here. Are you getting because it's the opening knife and it's tradition? It's a sin to open anything else without it. I feel like you're kind of new here.
Me?
DC girl, Marvel girl now. I forgot your name. It's down the list. I can't see it anymore.
DC villain or something like that.
Marvel villain. This is the opening knife. I don't know if Pia's seen it either.
I'm sure Pia's seen the
Yeah,
opening
but
knife.
it's Spider-Man. That's all I gotta say.
Chad, he's been a handful today. He's just been spouting nonsense.
When is that different from any other
It's been at a very high level today. And it's just like just in that moment, I was talking about Friday putting out the Halloween special, blah, 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 and all this stuff. And then Chris coming in with connecting that to James Gunn movies and stuff. And trying to get some exclusive info. Can't wait for Halloween.
Well, the question says is the Friday video the first DC project under James Gunn's rule. So my brain started thinking.
But you were like, yeah, it kind of is, even though, but that didn't.
Yeah, look, all right. Just messing around trying to get exclusive info. Haha, I can't wait for all.
I literally just read that out loud. You see, yeah. See, Pia's seen the knives, Chris.
Have they seen the other one?
Now, Pia maybe hasn't seen the other knife. We don't grab the other knife as
It's
often.
over here.
Oh, why'd you move it over for?
Because that's when I was opening the Legos.
Oh, where's the rifle at actually? When'd you?
It's down because Galactus. They can't be in the same.
When
spot.
did you move it?
When we put Galactus there.
Galactus was in the chair, or the couch.
Here's the other knife.
Here's not as goofy. I mean, it's still pretty
I
goofy.
want to get something.
Still pretty goofy, but not as goofy. Chris is getting something. I assume it's a knife. Maybe it's his big knife. His big knife. Is it the big knife?
This is my personal knife.
Yeah, this is what he eats steak with.
My pride and joy. Oh, I love this knife so much. It's so sharp.
Oh, by the way, both of the Spider-Man knives are surprisingly extremely sharp as well.
God, I love this knife so much.
We're turning into a knife
What's
stream
the
now.
Pops costume theme? Because I may have to leave early for work to come laugh at you. You missed it. We did it on Saturday.
Yeah, so we did our Halloween costumes on our 4-year anniversary sale. We dressed up as Scooby-Doo. And we're not going to do anything else on Halloween.
Because it's Monday.
Because it's a Monday, so only Travis and Logan will be... Are we open?
We're all... I don't... No. Yes, we are.
We are open? Okay.
Pretty sure.
So, yeah, it's just going to be
Peanut
Travis
butter?
and...
That's the real question. I suppose it could.
Oh, these?
No, my big knife. I put
Well,
it over there because it's dangerous to be around.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so we're not going to be there on Halloween, and, yeah, we already did our costumes. That's why we were dressed up on... It was surprisingly kind of convenient there for a little while, though, because I literally heard somebody say... There was a couple people in there, like, one of them had a question. He's like, oh, ask one of the Scooby-Doo characters.
Well, no, because Shay was dressed up like Daphne. I'd be like, go ask Daphne.
Well,
You know?
no, that too. No, I seriously heard just two customers talking.
Oh.
And one of them was like, go ask one of the Scooby-Doo characters.
I thought you were talking about us.
No. Yeah, but we were only dressed up. Yeah, because you came in on Sunday and we were dressed up on Saturday. So yeah, you didn't get to be there, unfortunately. If all of us weren't so uncomfortable in our costumes, we probably would have also done it on Sunday. But I was burning up. I got a headache from how hot I was and was miserable. Even after taking medicine, I still felt awful. It was so hot in that thing. It's really cute though. But Shay his outfit was entirely too tight.
Revealing.
Yeah, he was struggling not to just burst out of his. I think Heather's was also a bit hot.
My pants
She
were
said.
tight. Travis's pants were tight.
Travis didn't care for the wig. He said that got really hot. But other than that, I mean, everything else was okay. But yeah, I mean, at some point I took the hood down, and that kind of helped a little bit, but it was not enough. I felt so crappy on Saturday. I really, really did.
Let me get this. There we go.
What are you open up now?
Can you keep this back here? Oh my god, he can. Sergeant Stalker.
Well, hurry up and show it off.
Hold on. He has a million pieces.
They want to see.
So here's Sergeant
What you
Stalker
got
himself.
there? Here's Sergeant Stalker.
His knife is already in his knife holster.
Where's his pistol?
It's in my hand. Because it's got a silencer on it. One of those big ones. Yeah.
Well, he's got it looked like his own
And
holster
it's
for that.
detachable.
Yeah, because does it go in here?
Yeah. And,
That
this
is so
gun,
goofy.
with another detachable feature. The magazine's really stuck in there. I actually can't pull it out anymore. But he's got yet another gun. Focus. 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 Hocus focus. I tried.
I really like
magic,
the
it didn't
cloth.
work.
Like the, I don't know what to call that. Bandana.
Yeah, I
thingy.
forgot what those are called. They had
It
a
has
word.
a name, yeah.
Pia, the Spider-Man knife only spears the blood of the innocent.
Probably.
It actually can't cut someone that's guilty.
Be an interesting trial method. It's kind of like a witch hunt at that point. It's like if they drowned, they were a human.
Yeah.
What? But then that means they shouldn't have been drowned. And open boxes, of course.
Yeah,
of
you
course.
win some, you lose some.
But yeah, another
Fantastic G.I.
Yeah.
Joe.
just excellent figure. Come on. Awesome guns, lots of it. Got the cool attachment for his pistol. Got the knife. The removable magazine on the big gun that I thought was a shotgun, but it's not.
Nope, it's like a light machine gun
Yeah. That he's just casually holding.
with one hand. He doesn't need two.
Alright, cool. What else we got?
I got this. Fans of the channel know I'm a pretty alright Wonder Woman fan. And I got this comic cover. Pop.
Yeah. So this is your second one because you have Moon Knight, right?
Yeah.
Is that the only
It'll
one?
go real nice next to it. Yeah. I don't really plan on getting a whole lot of these, but it was cheap, so.
Yeah. There's been some that I saw were cool that have been tempting. The Poison Ivy one was tempting. In fact, there was another one. I don't remember.
I've been waiting a long time for this. It's so cute. Every aspect of it's
And he's
cute.
gotta wait till Christmas.
I'm either doing it here on stream or I'm doing it after stream.
I did have a fun idea.
This is opening today.
I did have a fun idea, and just hear me out.
All right.
It'd be kind of fun if you did do it the right way
Mm-hmm.
and opened them one a day, and we just did little YouTube shorts with them. You know? Ding.
Okay.
Yeah?
All right. You
All
win
right.
this round.
I didn't think that was going to work.
Just because I think it's going to be fun.
I think it would be a cute idea, though.
Alrighty. Here's the big
I
boy.
forgot about this.
Now I don't have to sit so close to Marco, and I can.
I've been
actually
waiting
measure
for this to go on sale, and I grabbed it. I don't really care too much about the Obadiah Stane. I mean, he's
Yeah,
fine.
he's all right. He's Obadiah Stane.
I liked him in the
No,
movie.
Galactus, no! I've been assaulted.
He's just looking at you menacingly.
Here, you can be in the middle now, Galactus, where you belong.
But anyway, but y'all know I'm a big Iron Man fan. And even, this isn't Iron Man. It's Ironmonger. But whatever, I gotta get all Iron Suit affiliated everything. This is a big boy. He's almost as big as Galactus.
I don't think that's.
Chris, look at him and look at him. I think you're wrong.
Stop throwing boxes.
I threw a box at you.
Throwing it in this box.
Oh, I gotta give him the big grabby hands, too. Uh-oh, popped his shoulder piece off.
Don't do that.
Oh. I guess they weren't really on?
Yeah, they got attached to that piece right there. That attaches on his back. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's sick.
Hold on, let me get them together. What is this? What is this?
I don't know. Here, let me see. No, this has to go there somehow. Yeah, okay, there we go.
Oh, okay.
And then his shoulder pad's attached to that. Make sure it's in there.
Oh, that's kind of interesting
There
how
we go.
those work.
It's in there. You should just look at, like, his collarbone area. There, I almost bought the Venom one until I found out it was just cardboard. To an extent, I think that would be neat.
The Venom white? The Venom what?
And the comic pop.
Oh.
To an extent, I think that would be neat. But also,
If it was a comic?
it's like completely sealed,
Yeah.
so you would never like get to see
The
it.
Venom one does look really good, though. That's an interesting way to put his shoulder
I mean, that's how
on.
they're attached in the movie.
But it's just a weird way for a figure to do it, I think. Need grabby hands.
You know, I think it's easier to work around Galactus like this than it is any other way.
His hands go in and out really smooth. So yeah, there's the Ironmonger. He's just a rad figure. Here's, a scale comparison. He's massive. Can hold his head.
You know, I never really got a good close-up look of Obadiah Stane. His face. They did a pretty good job with the sculpt.
Yeah, this Ironmonger is sweet. But yeah, so like his shoulder things can kind of they insert strangely. So they're this little piece, and they go into this little rod back piece and can kind of rotate a little bit, which is interesting. Yeah, Ironmonger is super rad. Ooh, and he's just fully on a ball pivot on his waist there.
Oh, cool.
So he's can go any direction, anyhow you want.
Can this go in this?
Wait, so what is this thing? Is this like a different weapon?
I think it's a shoulder thing. Here, let me see it.
Right there? No. Where's this box?
I threw it in here.
There's this little thing, and I don't know what it
His
is.
box shows literally nothing.
Yeah.
Not even like a picture of him. Has an Iron Man 1 poster on there. Let me see. I may have the answers you seek.
I do know where this
I
goes.
feel like his chest should light up. Nope, bye.
So what? Got that magazine belt popping out the machine gun there.
This is my son, Galactus.
I have no idea what this is and where it goes.
Let me see.
I let you see it.
For like a second?
That's a lie. Oh, and then he also comes with a little... Oh, it's going to be super hard to show. There we go. Little arc reactor. That he popped out of Tony's chest.
Can I see the actual thing?
That was such a good scene. When he did that little neuralizer thing or whatever.
Yeah.
It won't. He has a suitcase, but it won't fit in the suitcase. It's definitely bigger than the suitcase.
I already tried to fit it in the suitcase.
They just had the suitcase on file already. What's up, Quick Draw? Showing off a bunch of figures.
I have no idea.
Oh wow! I thought you could figure it out.
You couldn't figure it out either, so...
Because you forced me to give it to you.
Here you go.
I'm gonna have to glue that belt in. It makes me nervous.
I would
Anyway.
glue the belt in.
Huh? You wouldn't?
No.
Why? I
Just
don't
'cause.
want to remove it at any point.
Why not?
Why would you?
Yeah.
Just glue it in. God, he's got so much detail, though. He's super sick. Oh, wow. Okay, this is going to be maybe kind of hard to show on stream. Let's see. So, okay, no, that actually looks great. Chris, look at it. So when he
Yeah.
moves, like...
I was looking at that earlier. It's
Oh, that's
crazy.
super cool. Like the little hydraulic system built in there. You know, it doesn't actually do hydraulics, but it looks like it does. That is super rad.
Figured it out. Give me...
Did you look at a picture?
Yeah.
His feet are kind of weird. What figures you're looking forward to next
Hey,
year? I try to put it on there.
Not hard enough.
Apparently not, yeah. Yeah, I guess I just... Oh,
Fun feature
I think
about
it
him.
literally
He
just
can put a
flew.
little gun blast in his
I
little
think
gun.
it literally just flew into my trash bag.
That's funny.
Yeah, there it is.
Now that you can glue on.
Yeah, this does not stay on super well.
Hello, Kenneth.
Hey, what's up, Kenneth?
Have you seen the Galactus?
So yeah, here's this super... I'm pretty happy to finally have this.
Oh yeah, he's really good.
I wonder how he stacks up to the Hulkbuster.
Oh yeah.
He's got to be pretty comparable.
Part of me wishes they'd remake the Hulkbuster,
It's
But-
pretty great.
but bigger.
Bigger would be cool, but he's already pretty perfect. I didn't show off Obadiah here.
Yeah. Like I said, he's got a really good face sculpt.
Yeah, he's fine.
I don't think that's the gun that's supposed to go in.
Oh, he's got a cool hand to hold the...
Yeah.
Arc
It doesn't
reactor.
hold it very well.
He holds it fine. See?
Yeah.
Built it in a cave with a box of scraps. Cuddle time with Galactus. What's up, Adam?
Do you not cuddle your Galactus?
Um,
Oh, maybe you don't have one.
do stop motion? No, I will never do stop motion. Yeah, there's no way I could ever do stop motion.
Maybe some of that, like, cheap YouTube stop motion, you know, where it's not very good.
Even that, Chris, takes a lot of work. It is so much work to do those things. And I already put enough work into stuff. Like, it would take me ages to get anything done. What was I going to say? Okay, so figures I'm excited for next year. That's what somebody asked. And then, yeah, Quick Draw, and he said he's looking forward to the Clone Wars, Darth Maul, and Zombie Iron Man. Yo, those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
In that Zombie Iron Man wave, the Build-A-Figure is Khonshu. That is
Yeah.
definitely one that I'm super hyped for. It's his baby. Chris is going to start nursing here.
Maybe. What's it to you?
Galactus. Of course Galactus comes built in cuddles. Just look at him. I'm trying to think what else is, like, coming out. I know I'm not, like, crazy excited about that wave. Mainly for me, it's the Build-A-Figure of Khonshu. He looks incredible. Super
The
excited
wave's
for
pretty
that.
cool itself.
The wave's fine, I think.
Shay, when ordering some figures, I don't remember what they were, but I remember being very excited.
I know.
About some of the things he said. And I don't even think I could, like, say what they are, you know, because I got the super secret sneak peek, you know. I didn't even see, like, molds yet, but for some future Marvel Legends.
I can't remember, though.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of, like... What other, like, Legends waves do we know that are... Oh, I know one that I'm super excited for. The Iron Man with the big, huge arm cannon.
Yeah.
Super excited for that.
The video game Iron Man's gonna be super sweet. There was another... Oh, I remember one from that wave, Marco, that I'm excited about, but I can't... I don't think I can say it.
Just say it.
It's Ultimate Captain America.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah. Paying when Chris and Galactus goes on our date. He is my son.
I am. This isn't a figure, but I'm excited for the Clone Wars helmet. You can't see that at all. Okay.
You can hold hands with your son. It's okay.
There we go.
I'm comforting him. He's scared.
The Clone Wars helmet
He
is going
lights
to be
up in
super
fear.
sick.
It's okay.
I am excited for that Darth Maul too. That'll be pretty rad. I guess we can say the Hiss tank should be here next year.
Oh yeah, the Hiss tank. I think we are getting the, unless it was one of the weird things that they decided to cancel. The Megatron Hiss tank, another Hiss tank that's really nice that I want. I think the shop's getting that. And I don't know.
Think so.
I don't know when.
I'm not super crazy about it, but
I'm gonna get one. I think it's like $80.
yeah. I'm much more excited about the Haslab Hiss tank.
The Ghost Rider's alright. I'm happy for people that are gonna be able to get one, because I know both are really expensive figures.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
And the Red Skull, are you talking about the one from the What If wave? Because he's pretty cool.
Oh, that's right. God, what's her name? Lost it.
Don't
Spiral.
talk about that negativity in the chat, Quick Draw.
Super excited
We
for
don't-
Spiral.
We don't need to hear that right now.
We do have the old Spiral figure, but this one is a huge improvement. First of all, weapon for all of her arms. The other one had, what, like 2 or 3 weapons?
Yeah.
It was really sad.
8 million Spider-Man figure that'll all
Wait.
the precious ones. That one's gonna be dope. What?
I don't know. Logan's having a stroke.
Recently in the shop we got Japanese Spider-Man, and
Ooh,
he's a cool one.
I'm excited specifically. For there's a 3-pack with Daredevil, Elektra, and Bullseye, which overall I'm excited for the whole thing. I'm going to be enjoying that whole pack. But, let's see. Yeah, there we go. That's a good picture. They have the crazy hair Electra, which is not something I honestly thought we would have got.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, pretty excited for that
I
one.
wish it was a crazy hair red suit, though.
I would have preferred a red suit, but I'll take it. That's the same as all the other ones. So, 8 million Spider-Man. First of all, Logan, you're a Spider-Man guy.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you're attacking Spider-Man. They make a lot of different Spider-Man because it is a lot of different costumes. Now, granted, sometimes they go back and revisit, like they fairly recently did a new black suit, but
yeah.
It's the best black suit yet, so...
Yeah, because they used the new body, which is fantastic. God, it's so good.
Let's see. What else am I excited for? Oh, yeah, here's that Iron Man.
But there's literally a million different Spider-Men to make. And so they're going to make a million different... He's a popular character. They all sell.
Look at that big, dumb cannon.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
It's so good.
They make, like, every Iron Man suit. Oh, that reminds me. One of the things that Shay said was an Iron Man. It was, Extremis.
Oh,
Iron Man. Yeah, so that's going to be cool at some point.
Oh, yeah. So here's that Red Skull that I think it was Quick Draw. Somebody mentioned it.
Yeah, he's really cool. There are only 3 sculpts, just different paint jobs. What do you need a different sculpt for Spider-Man for?
I don't care. I mean, other than... And that's not true, because there's also Cyborg Spider-Man. There's Armored Spider-Man.
There's 2 different Armored Spider-Man. The one from the video game and...
There's 2 video game ones.
One's the Velocity suit. It's kind of like an armored suit.
What's a different sculpt?
Yeah, it's a different. 3. I'm pretty sure...
there's the really unnecessarily good Miles Morales video game one that has an incredible sculpt. Amazing figure. I love that one.
Yeah, not as bad as the umpteen Boba Fett figures.
Yeah, and that's the thing that kills me with Boba Fett. So, I almost bought... They did a droid's color scheme Boba Fett recently. And I saw it, and at first I got excited. I really like the droid's color scheme. It's one... I just think it's a really cool looking design. And I almost bought it. It was a Black Series figure, you know. And then I just kept looking at it. And the more I looked at it, the more it pissed me off. Because it's just the same Boba Fett figure they keep re-releasing. And to a degree, in some extent, I'd be willing to let certain things pass. But,
they didn't even really get a good repaint on it, though.
No,
they missed some details that would have been easy.
Yeah, like all his pouches and stuff shouldn't be there. They just gave him the regular Boba Fett rifle, which his rifle from the droid show was what inspired the Mandalorian rifle. They could have just given us the Mandalorian rifle, and that would have been better. Painted it gold or orange or whatever it is.
And then there's McFarlane.
Well, hold on. I'm not done with Boba Fett yet. Because they also gave us the prototype Boba Fett suit, which is famously the white Boba Fett suit. But it's more than just white. It is a prototype that is different in many aspects, which the main thing being...
The belly gun.
The belly gun's cool, but there's no dent in the helmet. You couldn't have given us a dentless helmet, which you already have? You have that mold ready to go. And you chose not to give us that. It's just the most... Just, they don't care about their audience at all.
No, it'd be okay if they made a bunch of spawns in the spawn wave. It's the spawn wave. Make as many spawns as you want. Make all the different kinds of spawns.
I'm fine.
But there's like...
Yeah.
More than 50% of the Mortal Kombat wave is spawn.
Yeah, that's where it really becomes a problem.
No, I could be wrong in the numbers. It being more than 50%. But I feel like it's probably at least close to 50% is spawn. It's not even... And then there's the... talk about repaints. He'll give you the figure no paint.
Yeah. Spawn just stopped painting his figures and
McFarlane.
oh yeah,
Spawn.
whatever. What's the difference? Anyway, so he stopped painting his figures, charging the same price.
I think Gunslinger Spawn's a cool mold. He's really good at making molds. He just sucks at making figures. Logan.
I would say sucks at running a business. It would be.
Obviously not. People keep buying them.
Well, I don't know. Because that's the thing, like, with the Mortal Kombat line, there's so many characters to do. I would actually have been pumped if he did, like, a Goro.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so many characters that he could have done. Would have been super rad.
Kung Lao.
Yes, I would definitely 100% would have bought a Kung Lao. But, like, I especially...
the main villain of Mortal Kombat 11.
The main hero.
They made a Kung Lao. They didn't make Fire God Liu Kang.
They made a Liu Kang. They didn't
Liu
make.
Kang.
But that's the thing. So yeah, for those who didn't play the game or know anything about it, in the story mode, which is super wacky and a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it's real.
It's stupid, but it's fun.
I played through it like twice.
Liu Kang he fuses with Raiden and becomes Fire God Liu Kang, which is just
fire and
dope.
lightning powers.
It is just cool, and he never made a figure for that. NECA is a great company.
NECA is just really good, but I don't put them with the rest of these figures. They're a little bit out of the price range.
They're getting to be about the same, but
NECA figures?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the other figures getting to be toward NECA.
Yeah.
No, because even with like a $27 figure, like the Marvel Legends, they're still not $40 figures like NECA's.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
NECA's are great. They're perfect. At their price point, $40 is 100% you're getting everything you want. You know? But I don't compare them.
I do have some issues with NECA. I don't think NECA's perfect. I think they struggle a lot with articulation and.
But they've gotten so much better.
Posability.
Like
they're great.
The new molds
I love
and
NECA.
Stuff they do are so much better.
But obviously, this
Especially
Hand Ninja is way more posable than a lot of NECA figures. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or a Spider-Man figure that has, the butterfly joints and all this, and it has nothing to obstruct any posing other than, he can't do anything. But I mean, the newer, really nice Spider-Man mold can do incredible poses.
Yeah.
So, you do sacrifice.
Talk about obstruction of posing, McFarlane's. What I was going to say. So Logan, not Gabeheart Logan. I haven't had any of that problem with NECA joints. Anyways, not Gabeheart Logan said he was doing a custom on some McFarlane figure and cut open like that weird diaper that they all wear. And there are so many joints in those legs that never get used because they can't lift their leg more than this.
McFarlane basically just makes statues, and I think he'd do better off just to make them a statue in a cool pose.
Yeah.
At that point, because it's one of those things, and that's part of the struggle with NECA is that it has a lot of cool detail, and when you get into all that stuff, you're gonna lose some posability. When things are pretty smooth and streamlined and everything, you're able to make it a lot more posable.
But then again, though,
at the same
going
time,
back to NECA,
he's pretty dang
I'll admit, Marco, older NECA.
This is a really, really nice figure.
Yeah.
I like him a lot.
Older NECA, they might as well have just been nice statues,
That's true.
Newer NECA, God, they're so nice. They're so posable. Both their legs and their arms are double jointed, Marco.
Yeah.
Their arms have a lot more access to move. So do their hips. And they have an actual, what's this joint? What would you call this, Marco? On a
abdomen?
Figure? They have, an abdomen joint now. Generally, with Predators specifically, their masks can come off as opposed to just having a separate head. He's great at statues. I really like 12-inch Commando Spawn he released last year.
No, I agree.
Yeah, his molds are good. That's where
he can sculpt. And like I said, I would have been so pumped. Even if it couldn't pose that well. If he made a Goro, I think it would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I guess Goro wasn't in that game. But,
I think he even dipped his hand in some statues for My Hero. It made
A
some
little
good
bit,
ones.
yeah. Like that Deku statue we had was pretty cool. I
Yeah.
like that one. But my main thing with him, more than anything, is I hate his refusal to make characters in scale with each other.
Oh yeah, that too.
That is my number one gripe.
God.
And I could put it past on Mortal Kombat. The biggest offender was Shao Kahn.
Was the same height as like Liu
Anybody
Kang.
else, and he should be much taller.
Yeah.
But it's not as extreme as with My Hero, where you have All Might the same height as the children, which All Might is, first of all, a full-grown adult, but a huge, muscular man.
He's not just a full-grown adult.
He's a very large man.
Full-grown adult.
Yeah. And again, the kids are short.
It's like, hold him.
Yeah, it'd be like, yeah, exactly.
If Obadiah Stane was the same height as him,
Yeah.
you know, the children should be like, I don't know, how tall are they in the show? Like that big?
Well, in comparison to
A little smaller?
a regular person, yeah, so I mean, if this is a normal person, because again, they have like, even like they have other teachers from My Hero, like Aizawa, but again, same height as the students, when the students should realistically, be like that tall or whatever.
Because what are they, like middle schoolers?
You
know? All middle
no,
schoolers are runts.
I think they're high schoolers, maybe. Maybe they are middle. I don't know. I don't know what their age are. Or maybe like early high school. Anyway, but yeah, it's just
And also,
super
you can
frustrating.
Be good at sculpts, and
He's holding on this thing fine, Chris. I don't know what you were talking
I
about.
don't know. Maybe I was just putting his hand wrong. You can be good at sculpts and still have some posability.
Yeah.
One, modern NECA.
This guy?
Two, him. I was going to say three.
He's
uh,
gorgeous.
Marvel movie figures are pretty good sculpts most of the time. Star Wars figures.
Yeah.
Star Wars has really good sculpts.
As much as I hate Black Series for all the stupid
For the
decisions
most
they
part,
make,
sometimes their sculpts aren't great, but when they are, they are.
yeah. Overall, their sculpting is really, really nice. It's just a shame they don't get to use it for anything.
Kids are short is today's wisdom. Glad you got a lesson
Yes.
out of this.
Yes. We're here to teach you.
Oh, you're talking about like him as an actual artist, not as. We're talking about his toy line more so. I don't even mind his actual like art. It's not
He's okay.
bad.
I don't
He's-
care for him.
yeah.
I know there's a lot of like. Ultimately, a lot of his value comes from nostalgia, and he came out with these cool covers that people remember super fondly.
Yeah.
Your Spider-Man #1, the Hulk 340, Batman 423. What else? I feel like I'm missing some other big ones. But he came up with all these at a great time when those people usually, that's the thing. Usually when people freak out about McFarlane or anybody, it's because that's what they grew up with.
Yeah.
And that adds so much more value, and it's okay to be like, I love this because I grew up with it. But it really bothers me when people are like, artists just aren't good like they used to be. Artists are much better now.
Yeah.
Now, granted, yes, there are some crappy artists out there for sure.
I mean, we have a kind of an awards thing in our shop where we pick the best and worst cover of the week. Because
The Hot Toys are great, yeah.
Yeah, Hot Toys though. Again, I don't feel like it can be compared in the same category.
Well, yeah, they're
'Cause
hundreds
they're-
of dollars.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But yeah, no, they are really
We're gonna
nice.
be getting some Hot Toys.
I can't wait for the Vader.
One, the Vader.
The
Two,
Vader's good, like the best one ever.
R4.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those. Yeah,
it's not BD 7. BD 8.
BD1.
BD 1.
Yeah.
My brain's mush.
I thought you were gonna follow it up with something. I was like, then what is it?
I forget exactly what he was, but he's the BD from Book of Boba Fett. They get attacked by a womp rat and then limps for the rest of the time. Poor little baby. And also a pit droid. And God, I can't wait for them. I love them so much.
I'm a big fan of R5. Was my favorite droid for a long time until Andor, and now B2 Emo is my favorite droid.
B2 Emo's pretty great.
I
I
love
love B2 Emo
B2
so
Emo
much. I love Clink. Clink is so good.
Clank?
Clink is that little buddy from Bad Batch with the extendo arms, and
That's his name?
His name is Clink. I
didn't know
love
that.
him.
He's pretty great.
I love all droids. They are my children.
But
My voice is cracked.
it's not even so much B2 Emo's design, which is great, but it's his personality that gets me.
Yeah.
B2 Emo has... I just love him. And I need to know that he's going to be okay, because that's the thing with Andor. Everyone's
Yeah.
like, well, obviously Andor's going to make it. You know, we know Mon Mothma's going to make it.
Yeah.
But, you know, all these other characters, could be up in grabs. Where's B2 Emo at? Please tell me he's safe somewhere. That's why you got to watch
Poor
the show.
K2SO dead.
Um...
Yeah, we know he dies.
Well, but yeah, I mean, if he's introduced in the show, we know
They said
he'll
they were
be
going to
okay.
do it season 1.
But I mean, like even with season 2, if
Yeah.
he's introduced, which I really hope he is.
The Ahsoka hot toy was very nice.
The Ahsoka Black series was really nice with the baggy pants.
Yeah.
I've never seen them articulate baggy pants knees like that.
I just don't remember in what.
It's done so well. Hot toys are not overpriced Barbie dolls. They are very expensive.
But they are so...
They are very nice.
We have
Grievous?
the Sideshow Grievous.
Yeah.
He's very nice. But we have the Hot Toy Clone Trooper, 501st
Deluxe.
Deluxe. And he's so good. God, he's great.
Yeah. They're
Comes with so many
really,
cool
really
accessories
nice.
and maybe they are overpriced by
So-
but
We got the Vader on order.
yeah.
From Obi-Wan, where he's got the armor on his eye, you know, broken and everything.
He's got a movable eye.
His eyeball moves, and that is insane. I never would have thought of that. And I'm really happy they improved the lightsaber, so their lightsabers light up. The old Vader, I knew had a lot of problems because you had to switch. I don't know if it was his. I think it was his arm from his elbow, or might have been his whole arm. I can't remember where it swapped out. But you had to switch to an arm that was holding the lightsaber, and then like that light would run a wire through the body to get the power, and like in the elbow or something.
Why do you detach the arm?
What?
Not you.
Oh. They do have a lot of problems. I'll give you that. Because like what I'm talking about with the Vader. Anyway, he had a very common problem of like something, but basically because his arm would bend, it would cause the wire to get shorted. And then the lightsaber wouldn't light up. And I
But
know
now isn't it just like you replace like his forearm now?
no.
No.
The battery, the lightsaber's completely separate. So
That's
like the
wild.
battery's like just in the lightsaber or something.
That's gonna. Be
I'm not exactly sure how
impossible
it
to
works.
replace.
But yeah, that is much better, and gonna, presumably not have as many problems.
We're
with
action
that.
figure people. Game Heart. Accessories is what we live for. That's why I get GI Joes.
That's why I freak out. I just little details. What's the GI Joe?
You're right here. I put his gun in his holster.
Yeah, when the gun and knife and everything actually come out of the holsters, I freak out.
And
I love that
turn
so
to
much.
His back, Marco.
Yeah.
You see his ammo clip next to his gun there.
Ammo clip.
Right
Oh.
there.
Okay, so yeah, it's gonna be hard to show. But yeah, there's his ammo clip right there, and then in his gun, and it's just like that kind of stuff. I love it. I love it so much. Yeah, I do know the one good thing about like Sideshow and stuff is they have really good customer service. So when you have issues, and that's why I know about the Vader arm is because we've sent in a couple arms, and then they were well, no, but they're also Vader.
Also Vader.
Before you started working there, and then they've replaced them and everything, and they're pretty good.
Yeah, as long as you take pictures of the messed up part, they just send it to you.
Yeah. They have just excellent customer
Shay
service.
had an R2 that was broken. They sent him a whole new replacement.
Yeah, his because one of the door
Yeah.
flaps.
He gave
was
me the
broken or
R2
something.
body, which is dope.
Yeah.
General Grievous had a broken arm. The one that we have.
Yeah.
That's a whole debacle. I don't want to get into it.
Yeah, it's a long and, for you, embarrassing
Painful.
story.
Um,
Because I figured I'm not gonna go into it.
No.
I figured out what was wrong with it, and you just messed it up. But anyway,
I knew what was wrong with it. I thought I would just could fix
you
it.
did not know what was wrong with it.
It didn't have those little caps in there. The little plastic caps. And the metal.
So you decided to just glue it without those?
Yes.
Okay, so he's just stupid. Okay, my bad.
No, I thought I could fake it.
So he's just stupid. I continue.
Anyways.
And don't get me wrong, Logan. I would love like a big dream house thing. You know what I mean? Like if they had like, you know,
It's the dream house, but it's just the Razor Crest.
but what I'm talking about, like a playset that was, oh, like I would love a Hall of Armor thing for Iron Man.
Yeah.
You know, like that would be sick.
I want to get more into Gundams, and there's so many things to make nice setups for Gundams, like little buildings and stuff. The only problem is most of it you got to paint.
You got the Boba Fett, and you only paid. That's crazy. You saved Sideshow codes.
Nice.
Up for 2 years. I would like to get a Boba Fett. I would really like a Boba Fett. He was one that I was tempted to buy many times. I would like a Boba Fett, and I would like a actual die-cast Iron Man.
That would be nice. I know we had one in the shop at one point. It wasn't a really big one, but it was a die-cast Iron Man.
For sale at the shop?
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
He was.
it wasn't the full 12-inch or whatever.
No, he was like, I think it was like maybe a.
No, I'm talking about the big
What
ones.
am I thinking of?
We had somebody bring one in.
Figure Arts. I think it was closer to Figure
yeah.
Arts than.
No,
I don't think it was, but I think it was close.
We had somebody bring in. It was the Iron Man from Homecoming, and he was die-cast. It was really, really cool. But he didn't want to sell it for. He basically wanted to get like full value out of it, which obviously you can't sell to a shop at full value.
Please don't fall backwards.
You did a dumb. No, he did. And I would assume that he knows that, but maybe not.
I've died on worse hills. Anyways. Click.
Is that everybody?
Yeah, we're done with the stuff.
everybody. Again, there might be some people here that weren't here earlier. Arts Kai Boba Fett. Yeah, those are like the play arts.
Is that the like,
It's
weird
the really
armored
edgy
ones?
ones. Yeah.
The actually edgy ones that are like spiky.
Yeah.
Hurt.
I don't know how I feel about those.
Some of them look cool. Some of them.
You know what I really, really like? The Tamashii Nations movie realization, the samurai Marvel and Star Wars figures.
Those are cool.
I wish they still made more. Like they made the Mando and Grogu a little while back, and there was a long pause.
Maybe they just can't get the rights
Before then, and then it hasn't had anything else come out after that. But I think there's tons of cool characters they could still do.
Yeah.
I want to eventually go back and get all the cool stormtroopers. They have so many variants of stormtroopers that are really rad. They're all really expensive now. There's a really cool Vader we don't have that's pretty expensive.
Yeah. I think we have the cheap one.
Yeah, we have the cheaper one, which is cool. I do like him too.
Mezco, I like Mezco.
I don't care for Mezco.
I think a lot of figures that use cloth on their figures do it poorly, but I think Mezco does it really good.
I think Mezco probably does it best. I just don't like that. I'm not a big cloth guy. A lot of times, I'll hear a lot of people complain, like with Marvel Legends, they should have done that cloth or something. I'm like, no, it would have looked terrible at that scale. That scale's not good for cloth. Now, granted, there can be like some wired capes and stuff like that. I see people do custom work and stuff like that. That looks really cool. But we're not going to get that quality on a Marvel Legend figure. It's not going to happen. And typically, whenever, because sometimes on like, I feel like maybe on Black Series more often, we get some actual cloth stuff, and I typically hate it. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm fairly upset.
It's best when it's used in, like, what's the word I'm looking for? They don't use a lot of it. Like on sometimes like an Obi-Wan skirt, they'll just use a little bit of cloth there.
Little stuff like that, yeah, is usually fine. But like I think the one that upsets me the most is probably the Nihilus cape, which like the little figure,
yeah,
has the plastic cape and it's all tattered and torn and super cool, and on the 6-inch figure it's just a plain black piece of fabric. It's just super boring. Legends Gambit cloth and plastic coat. And cloth one looks horrible. Got Legends Gambit cloth.
Are you talking about the shoot? It's not the Hasbro Legends. It's the what are they called?
Toy Biz?
Toy Biz. Pretty sure the Toy Biz had a cloth cape.
I don't know about that one. 112 collectible Gambit.
I don't like Toy Biz much at all. People praise Toy Biz all the time.
I don't know much about 112. I've seen them, but I don't own any. They look neat. I wouldn't mind checking them out.
Oh yeah, that Gambit, yeah, that cloth looks horrible on him.
Is it a Toy Biz?
Yeah, it's Toy Biz. Again, I
do remember seeing that one now. Yeah.
It's wow. My phone's really bright. It does not want to pick up at all. There it goes.
Yeah.
I hate Toy Biz.
I think there are maybe like 3 good Toy Biz figures.
And that's because Hasbro hasn't made them yet.
No. No, actually, I'll take it back. So let's see. The Black Heart, which yes, Hasbro hasn't made it, but I think it's a solid sculpt. It has issues. Mainly ball joint legs on all the Toy Biz figures, and they don't look good. But I think overall, pretty solid sculpt and paint job on them. Who else? I think their Build-A-Figures look good. Not all of them, but
I'm more on their Build-A-Figures.
I think their Mojo looked good.
Yeah.
Their... I'm trying to think who else. I know you'll disagree, but I like their Apocalypse.
I don't like him. His waist is tiny.
Their Galactus looked fine.
Yeah, the Galactus looked fine.
God, he's so small now. You know what I mean, especially now. Even
compared to the
other one. But
the universe.
At that time, it was he was a nice big figure.
I wonder if this Galactus is in scale to Legends as the universe is to universe.
Oh, I have no idea.
I should see that in a minute.
Trying to think what other... I know there's some other Toy Biz figure. Their Omega Red's not bad. He's fine.
Yeah, but the Legends one blows him up.
Legend one's better. But, I again, of their stuff, I think the Omega Red's one of the better ones for sure. Oh, their Maestro is better.
That's only because he has the crown. I think.
I don't know.
I think if the
I like how gritty he looks.
I think if the Hasbro one had the vest, he would be better.
I think the Hasbro one's just too clean.
I'm all right with that. I wish his hair wasn't flowing in the wind.
He looks like a pretty Maestro. You know what I mean?
No.
Like he looks like a too cleanly polished up.
Maestro generally looks a little more clean than your average Hulk because he's like a smart Hulk. He bathes.
No. Anyway,
because I've been reading some of the more modern Maestro stuff. One, it's really good. You should read it. And they're all pretty short, so you can. I think they're all like 5-parters.
He had a lot of just little mini series that kept popping up.
But they're all really good, so you should check them out. I think I'm in the middle of the latest one. I forget what it's called.
Was it War and Pax? Or World War M?
I think it's World War M.
Okay. I couldn't remember which one was first.
War and Pax. Apparently, Pax is Latin for peace. So War and Peace.
I'm Maestro.
Yeah.
I know Latin. I'm so smart. I can speak Latin while I beat your ass.
I just think.
Do you think we're gonna get a Maestro in the MCU?
I hope so. That'd be
Because
because
they're
we're doing a lot of multiversal stuff right now, and
That-
we're bringing more Hulk stuff. I think it would be really cool to have
They
our
pretty
Hulk
much
we
confirmed
have.
a Hulk movie coming out,
I think our Hulk is in a perfect spot.
which the Universal
To be
rights are over or almost
think over.
Yeah.
I think our MCU Hulk banner mix we have, our smart Professor Hulk, is in a perfect spot to get smacked down by a maestro, to where he has to,
Turn into a world breaker.
maybe, Chris, but isn't it the apocalypse for Maestro? How could he bathe? No running water. He is in literally his own city in the apocalypse with running water and running stuff. Yes, it's the apocalypse, but like,
Running stuff. There's running dogs and stuff just running around.
yes, it's the apocalypse, but like, it's been a while.
I gave up on Chris's fight because
He would smell like a homeless man. He's literally the king. He would smell.
like a homeless king.
I think there's actually a scene of him bathing
A kingless home.
in one of the modern runs. He's surrounded by like women and
It's
stuff.
a sexy scene.
Yeah, it is because he's surrounded by women.
Any hoots. I'm trying to think of other. I know there's some other good Toy Biz figures, but there's not a lot.
No,
Because Fing Fang Foom was early Marvel.
Hasbro.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant to say. Early Hasbro.
I mean, I guess he was early Marvel.
I'm
you
gonna
know.
stab you. I feel like there's at least one or two other. Oh, they had a Giant Man, didn't they?
Yeah. Even then,
I think he was fine.
yeah, he was fine. I wish we would get a like Goliath or Giant Man. I'd accept like this tall from Galactus, you know, to like his hips. Here, if you're good. Like maybe like that tall, you
Logan's
know,
fighting you
from his legs.
for a who?
Like a
Oh,
Giant
Giant
Man or a Goliath or something, you know.
Yeah.
Big, but not like this big to where you need a Haslab for him. If we had a Goliath Haslab, I don't think it would do good.
No.
You know.
Yeah, I don't think anybody.
Show me the scene. There's no way. Make sure it doesn't bathe. I'm gonna be quiet for a minute, Marco.
No. Oh my God. What have you done? By the way, when my Fantastic 449 comes back in, I'm gonna figure it out, but I'm gonna make Galactus hold it and take a picture with that and put it on Instagram. It'll be pretty cool. I need to get an X-Men 14 so I can do the same thing with the Sentinel.
Oh, another complaint I would have for the Maestro figure, the Hasbro one, is he's wearing like torn up pants like Banner would when he dresses like this. You know? He dresses in this dumb villain outfit. I think he should be wearing this. God, that doesn't want to focus.
You're a little too off to the right.
I'm trying my best. I've given up. Ugh.
Let's see. I'm not super familiar with all the different runs and everything for them, but I think there's just like I think you're just familiar with a kind of a different Maestro, Chris. Because there's like this one.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, he kind of looks gross.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's like the more old school. I think you're just familiar with a more new school Maestro. And so yeah, here's that figure of the Hasbro one, and I just he's okay. Like, he's very fine. Anyway, though, Maestro I think would be super cool in the MCU. Because, yeah, Hulk is kind of weak right now.
Well, I don't think he's even like weak. I just think it'd be cooler to see an even stronger Hulk. Because remember, he threw that like rock into orbit, basically.
Okay, I don't mean like he's powerless, but I want that rock to come back at some point. It could even be like in the Guardians of the Galaxy or something. Just all of a sudden something gets smashed by a giant boulder, and they're like, "That was weird." I want it to come back at some point. I don't know when. I don't know. It could come back and land on Earth. Hulk could catch it. I don't know. Like, it's got to come back at some point. Did you type Maestro bathing?
No, I'm looking at the books.
You could maybe get some interesting search results on that.
Mm.
But anyway, yeah, I would like to see the return of that boulder. But no, again, he's not weak, but comparatively, he's not really in fighting mode. So it would be cool to have Maestro show up and be like, "Look how weak you are." Blah 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 blah. I smack you around. Blah 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 blah. You're pathetic. I'll smack your son too. Blah 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 blah. And then, I don't know, him, Scar, and She-Hulk have to team up to beat him or something. I don't know. Or maybe, or like I said, if he has to get angry and turn into a world breaker or something, you know. Classified look really nice, but Hasbro is price gouging like crazy. I'm glad I didn't go crazy on those. They are really, really nice. Maybe I'll buy somebody's Cobra collection for cheap in 5 years. Oh, I mean, best of luck. I don't know.
Yeah, currently right now, all the G.I. Joes that, like, aren't... What? Anyways, all the G.I. Joes that are older sets are getting more expensive, and which kind of sucks for me that wants to get more. As well,
the G.I. Joe fan
they're
base...
still like only $25. They're not even going up in value as far as I can tell with the Legends.
The G.I. Joe fan base is pretty diehard into the classified series, which, rightfully so, it's a great line. I don't know. Everybody likes to talk about the prices of Hasbro and whoever else. It's mainly Hasbro. But I don't know. I also, on the other hand, collect really expensive comics. So for me, buying action figures is much cheaper. Literally just sent a offer for $1,000 on a book earlier today for a single book. So I don't know. I think I have a different perspective.
Also, as much as I would love a Squirrel Girl project, it would be fun, goofy, and people would hate it.
Yeah, probably.
It'd be probably the same way they hate She-Hulk for being fun and goofy.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. Squirrel Girl's gonna beat somebody that's gonna piss people off.
Yeah, like
She's
I'm
gonna
trying to think of a Marvel villain that we haven't seen in a minute, but might be alive or something.
villain or hero or whatever. Like if she'll come out and just stomp Thor or something. I don't know. Or Kang could be a good one. You know, we'll get to see Kang tearing up all the Avengers and everything, and
Or yeah, like an alternate Kang or something just pops up and she beats him.
Yeah.
Or even go back to her comic origins and she like beats Doom.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be goofy as hell.
I hope we get there's a lot of characters that I don't know. It's hard to say what's going to be coming up here because ultimately we're not going to be able to fit everything. But we did get Frogman somehow, or Leapfrog. I guess I don't even know. They changed him up so much. And I think ultimately it's one of those things they're like nobody's going to care, but I care. Okay, they did my boy dirty. Less expectations would make for less possible disappointment.
Yeah, she also beat
Sometimes
Thanos by herself. She beat Galactus by herself.
Sometimes that can be true. It's like with the Guardians, nobody expected anything, so whatever we got, people were excited about.
I think the very interesting thing about She-Hulk, not She-Hulk, no,
I think that's
Squirrel Girl, reading her books is very rarely does she just punch the problem away. Mostly she talks to her villains and comes to an understanding and like brings them to her side a little bit. Like Kraven the Hunter is a good guy in her books. He's a part of the cast, you know?
Yeah. I think some other casting like that was Moon Knight. The general audience didn't know anything about Moon Knight, so when they got something, they were like, "Oh, this is cool. It's really interesting." I feel like that's a big help for the Werewolf by Night. Nobody knew Werewolf by Night. Nobody knew Elsa Bloodstone. Nobody knew Man Thing. All unknown characters to the general audience. So yeah, that can sometimes work. But I would say, really, most people don't know about She-Hulk, and that I would say even with a lot of comic fans, they don't know about She-Hulk. Because I think the show was pretty faithful to She-Hulk comics. And I think that show got a lot of praise, but also got a lot of hate. I think it was very divisive, and I think it was made to be divisive, which is an interesting technique. I don't know. I also stand by any women-led project is just going to get a lot of hate. It just is.
Yeah.
She-Hulk got a lot of hate. Ms. Marvel got a lot of hate. I think I just said another one, but I forgot it.
Black Widow?
I didn't just say that, but yeah.
No, I'm saying it's just another one.
Didn't I just say something else?
To an extent, Hawkeye.
Yeah. I'd be fine with people not.
I don't know who Leech is.
Where are we at? Yeah, I don't know who Leech is. But anyway, because not everybody is going to love every show or whatever movie and everything. So if people just weren't that crazy about Hawkeye, it'd be one thing. But I always hear people's problem with Hawkeye is like it never fails. It always goes back to there's too much Kate Bishop, and they need it's Hawkeye's show and he's barely in it. It's just so silly to me that it's Kate Bishop's show, and that's the point. She is Hawkeye. She is just a passing down the torch series. And I guess the show needed to be like, I, Clint Barton, am giving you my title of Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, so that from here on out, you are taking my place. And audience, are you listening? She is Hawkeye moving forward, and this show was about her. You're gonna do great, kid. I guess that's what needed to happen for people to understand. Um, Leech is a little Morlock dude in the X-Men. He's a derpy power negating kid. Okay. Yeah, she is Hawkeye. Yeah, I think a large portion of people that viewed that show, that still to this day, do not realize that she is Hawkeye. I think there needs to be like merch with her labeled as Hawkeye. They need to start the Young Avengers movie, and they're like, "Who are you?" I'm Hawkeye. You know, like I think that's how she needs to be introduced for people to understand. Even if that happens, they're gonna be like, "I don't understand what's." It's just so weird to me that that's their complaint. If they were like, "I don't like the Christmas tones," or "I don't like the stakes are so low," or whatever, you know, they had a different complaint. It wasn't their jam. Not everything's your jam. I get it, but their complaint is that they think it's not about the character in the title, and it is. Yeah, if X-23 is Wolverine in the MCU, I would like it, but a bunch of people will not. Yeah, I'm a big X-23 fan. I also do like Logan, though. So I don't know. I'm just so confused on what they're going to do with the X-Men at this point that it's hard to say. But if they decide to go with X-23, I'd be fine. I'd be fine with that. That being said, I hate X-23 in the Logan movie. God, I have a lot of things. I might just make a bunch of YouTube shorts about all the little things I hate about that movie, and it might be like just a bajillion YouTube shorts on that movie. That would mean I'd have to go back and rewatch it, and that would be painful. I watched that movie once. And at the time, I watched it at the theater, going in wanting to love the movie. Wanting to love the movie so bad. And at the time, I was like, yeah, I like the movie. And then it's just one of those things, the more you stew on it and think about all the things. Because, like, it was weird. Like, I knew walking out of the theater, I was like, something doesn't feel right. What is happening? My brain's not okay. Are you still looking for a bathing maestro?
Yes.
But yeah, and then I started thinking about it and all the things that were stupid in that movie. And I get it, you know, I'm typically the first person to be like, it's a comic book movie, it's goofy. But like this was supposed to be such a serious movie, and there's just so many dumb plot points that don't make any sense. And they literally contradict themselves in the movie all the time. And they took away the most important thing. The most important thing. Because again, I understand all these movies aren't direct adaptations of the comic material. But the most important fact from the Old Man Logan storyline, they took that away from the titular character. And threw it away for a jump scare. It was baffling to me. Just actually baffling. I'm always it will never cease to amaze me how many people think that's just the greatest movie ever, greatest superhero movie ever made. I hear that all the time about that movie. A masterpiece. I hear that a lot too. A masterpiece. Literally, I think maybe the worst writing of, I don't want to say any superhero movie, but it's pretty dang bad. It is pretty dang bad. Logan says, give up, Maestro doesn't bathe. I think I will at some point make some YouTube shorts. I'll probably have to like section it out, so I'll watch the movie until I hit a point where I'm like, this is stupid, I gotta make a YouTube short about it. And then I'll be like, I'll pick up on this the next day, you know? It'll take me like 3 months, but I'll get through the movie. I've talked about. I kind of wanted to do a full video on it for a long time now. I think it'd be a really frustrating video to make. That would take a lot of work and time and everything. And I think that's what's held me off of it.
Yes.
Are you reading all of his comics?
No, not reading.
Are you going through all of his comics?
Potentially.
You're just making yourself look bad at this point.
I'm willing to admit I might have been wrong.
Wait, that wasn't Maestro. That was
But-
Cyclops. Oh, weird.
I will also say his clothes are clean. His kingdom, relatively clean.
But again,
Hi,
I
Jacob
think
Comics.
you're reading. Hey, what's up, Jacob? I think you're reading like newer
Yeah, I'm reading newer stuff.
Maestro stuff.
It's like-
That's what's good, and that's why I like the older, grittier looking Maestro.
alright
I think
with
he looks
cleaner
cooler.
Maestro.
I think he looks cooler. Was my whole point.
Quiet there, Sheriff.
You win, Logan.
I gave you your badge, I'll rip it off your shirt if you ever wore it. That's right. I bet you're not even wearing it right now. Coward.
I imagine he has it sitting. You know the Fairly Odd Parents meme of that's where I'd put my whatever if I had one. But he actually has it like on the pedestal. The lights beaming down on it.
That's not where it should be. It
There's
should
a
be
rope around
on your
it.
chest at all times, pinned to your skin, glued there if necessary.
I think I messed up. Reboot after Secret Wars and go back to the 60s timeline. Timeline-wise, Fantastic Four, then Cap. I don't know if I want to reboot.
Somebody pointed out to me a really good version of the X-Men they could use is X-Men Evolution.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people didn't know about mutants in their world until the X-Men kind of went live with it in the first couple of episodes, you know? And we're like, hey, we're the X-Men.
Well, another
think-
thing to
Yeah.
talk about now that could help ease in the X-Men is with She-Hulk, we've really introduced, hey, there's just super-powered people out there.
Yeah.
And the world's just like, well, and also another part of it was like when the Guardians trailer where Drax and Mantis
Yeah.
are on the streets and people aren't like, oh, they're just like, ooh, you know, like,
Yeah.
check them out. Some weird powered people over here. That's neat, you know. It's a very different world now, and there's all these other powered people that we don't know about as an audience. You know, we're like in She-Hulk. I think that's probably the most important bit of world building that we get from that show is just showing, you know, there's just Immortal Man. What's his name? Is that
Mr. Immortal.
Mr. Immortal? There's Titania, which is a super influencer.
Yeah. There's the Bull Man, the Not a Matador.
Yeah. Which is a mutant, by the way.
Yeah. His sword lit on fire. That was cool.
Yeah. So, I think, you know, as we start doing other things, and there's just powered people out in the world, and this is it, and then they find out, actually, some of us are, like, this is where our power comes from, is this mutant gene.
I like this idea as well. I was thinking about it. So, you know, Xavier has the ability to kind of like wipe people's minds.
Yeah.
He could have been doing that for decades.
We just see him, and he's a raisin hooked up to Cerebro. Wait, you mean they don't care about the powered people?
No, like,
fuck.
You know, but since Iron Man 1, more and more powered people have, you know, gained in abundance
Yeah.
over the years, and he could be like, man, this is hard to do for every single incident that happens.
I think-
can't do this for every incident, and so, you know, he's like, screw it. Hey, we're the X-Men. We're here.
That's why I kind of think to me, and again, I'm biased because I love Agents of Shield. In Agents of Shield, it's just wide known that Inhumans are a thing. It's a big part of the series develops. You know.
Yeah.
I think you could just fit that in and like in this world, and that would help to explain like, yeah, we know about these things, but it's not like big new. It's not the Hulk, you know. It's not this other stuff that everybody's freaking out about. But yeah, we know there's Inhumans around, and I feel like they could have just slid that right in there. But as confused as I am with mutants and how they're going to work their way into the MCU, I'm even more confused about Inhumans. So
I like
I don't
my idea. It's not even really a theory because I don't think they're gonna do it with Xavier having to like wipe people's minds until a point where he like couldn't keep up with it. You know, with there being so many superpower individuals and stuff, and it kind of got out of his hands.
I feel like
So he just kind of did it for his team and not anyone else anymore.
yeah, I feel like just the way that superpowered people are now, like we could literally just be introduced and be like, oh yeah, and there's Xavier's school for gifted mutants or whatever it's called. X-Men was just a bit of mutant hate. I think it's gonna be difficult.
I don't think it would. I think they can weave in the hate for mutants easier than they would for like other characters. Because as opposed to other kind of superheroes, even in like regular Marvel, mutants to the people that hate mutants are like an existential threat to humankind. And so that's why people hate mutants and not like Captain Marvel, you know?
Yeah. Well, one, they already did the Registration Act
Yeah.
with the Sokovia Accords. So like, whenever, which I'm sure that'll come back at some point, but that'll feel like treading familiar water.
A little bit,
I-
but again, it's different because it's more fundamental. As opposed to if you want to be a superhero, you have to sign up. It's if you want to exist, you have to sign up.
I think
You know? I think that's very different than wanting to be a superhero.
I think what can kind of help really start adding this hate element
Yeah.
is start, because like the mutants are like kind of gross in a way, you know what I mean? Like you get some weird mutations and you get, you know, a lot of the weird ones end up being bad guys because they're ugly and whatever, you know, this and that or whatever. But I feel like that type of, when you see people that you know and they start changing into these weird things and start doing having weird abilities and stuff, like that can kind of help create this gross factor. Whereas like being Captain Marvel and Thor and all that's glamorous, you know.
Even as well, there being groups like the Brotherhood, you know?
Yeah.
That are mutant terrorists that can very easily be used to stir up the public to be anti-mutant.
Yeah. Sokovia Accords are repeated.
Repealed.
Repealed. Oh my bad. Repealed according to She-Hulk. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's what I'm saying. Like, so whenever we go back to doing the Registration Act for mutants, which I assume would be something we go back to because it's pretty important to them. That's where I said it'll feel like retreading the same water.
Again, I think it's very fundamentally different.
I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying, but I feel like it will feel very similar at the same time.
Maybe to general audiences. Yeah.
And that is ultimately where you have to um, change the issue and really focus on the issue. Because like with the issue with the MCU was the Civil War, was building up and breaking the team apart and everything. That was the big conflict of interest. Where again with the mutants, you have to factor in all this hate and fear and it has to be a scarier thing. But I don't know.
One thing I was gonna say I can't wait for, but that's not exactly the right word because usually that's used for something that you are excited for. I dread the future is reactionary YouTubers that are gonna call the X-Men woke, that don't read comics, don't know who the X-Men are.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear it. You know?
Yeah. I didn't think about that.
These people's opinions don't matter. Ours do. Listen to us.
Yeah. We like everything except for Logan. And
Sepia
Batman
gets
versus
it.
Superman. Oh, I was reading the other comment. See, and again, that's why like they did it so good with Inhumans in Agents of Shield, like, and kind of with the same thing. Like they set up, so they had this watchdog terrorist faction basically, but they were like reframing it to make people think that Inhumans were attacking and stuff like that. They did a lot of really cool stuff in Agents of Shield. That and essentially, and again, Inhumans were really focused on in the comics to be like, well, we can't really do any. Well, we shouldn't do anything with mutants right now because we don't have the movie rights. So that's when they started doing more Inhuman stuff, and that's what it was. Inhumans were basically just mutant replacements. So they they have a lot of similar story beats and stuff like that you can follow that are really cool. But I don't know. I'm just confused with everything that's coming up, but which isn't confused in like a bad way. I'm doom and gloom for the future and that type of stuff. I'm just like genuinely I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't have an answer. I don't really have much of a prediction. I think all this build up to mutants has really broke down any of my predicting ability, because I keep thinking like this is how the mutants are gonna come into the MCU, and I'm just wrong and wrong and wrong and wrong and wrong, and then there it is in Miss Marvel. I'm like, what? Which I'm still kind of thrown off from.
I still think it might be a fake out.
I kind of hope so. They gave us the Sting and everything.
Yeah. What did they mention X-Men in again? She-Hulk, the finale.
Yeah. Did you say X-Men or mutants? I can't remember.
X-Men. I think she just
God,
straight up said
I love
X-Men.
that. It was so good. Because she's like going off on a random like blah 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 blah. Where's the X-Men? It's like, the performance on that was great.
Yeah, I think a whole mutant phase would be good, or even a TV show. Just, I think a long-running show that focuses on the X-Men as a team, as well as maybe even the political situation, Each character can have kind of their own episode, and I think that would be good.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the glowing hands, and honestly, like,
they keep teasing us by saying her powers aren't fully developed yet. There might be another Bengal out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of mystery to what is. I think they really convoluted her origin and powers, and I don't know. I think there's a lot of things I like about the Miss Marvel show, but there's also a lot of things that I think kind of are meh.
Yeah.
Mainly the whole clandestine. That kind of sucked.
Yeah.
And there's some really great stuff in Miss Marvel, but like the DODC. I had to think. I was like, what is their acronym? The DODC prison escape scene is laughably bad. It's really, really bad. What I really like about that show is like her family,
Yeah. Her friends.
her friends. The first like 2 or 3 episodes or something where there's a lot of cool like when they're texting, but it's like popping up on the
Yeah.
what are those neon signs and different cool stuff like that. Those are really cool, but then like they kind of stopped doing that. I didn't care too much for the Red Dagger. I feel like the writing was really bad on his episode. A lot of the action in general I felt was like meh. Loved everything about the Miss Marvel show other than Miss Marvel. The actress was great, and that's... Wait. Of everything about the Miss Marvel... Oh, wait. Don't make non-mutants mutants. If everyone's with powers is a mutant, then being a mutant isn't... or doesn't have the weight behind it. That's super important identity-wise. It is. It was a What's Up Xbox. I don't know why I couldn't struggle with that. Fox did 2 X-Men shows, The Gifted and Legion. Nowhere near the quality of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I bet for another X-Men movie or X-Men show. In general, I really, really hope that Disney Plus shows in general, I'll say that, like,
Going Star Wars.
as Star Wars and everything that they make, I hope they continue to get better. I think I'm a little bit really happy and also slightly worried, just because it's hard to say, because I don't know what the numbers and like how many people are watching, but Andor is amazing. If you all aren't watching Andor,
Did you see where they showed the numbers a little while ago?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay. Well, for anybody that did see the numbers, they showed the wrong numbers apparently, and did the math wrong on who's actually seeing the show, and it's actually performing like on par with a lot of the other shows, maybe even a little better, I think. Because originally they showed numbers that Andor was not performing well at all.
Yeah.
But I think they showed that they did the math wrong, essentially.
Anyway, Andor is phenomenal. Easily the best thing they've put out on Disney Plus. Easily. And what's great about it, above everything, is it's a TV show. Through and through, a TV show. I feel like most of the shows they've been putting out feel like a movie stretched and cut up into a TV show.
Even She-Hulk felt more like a TV show.
She-Hulk did feel more like a TV show. I'll give it that. WandaVision felt like a TV show.
Yeah.
Loki to a degree, but Loki also kind of felt like a stretched out movie. Falcon and Winter Soldier felt like a stretched out movie.
Hawkeye
felt like a stretched out movie.
I don't know. But anyway, but like, for whatever reason, Disney has wanted to just do short shows, and that even like was when they took over and did that extra Clone Wars season 6 at first, which Clone Wars had always been like 25 episodes or something, really long seasons, you know. And then they came over and did what, 12 episodes
12.
or something. And like I don't like season 6. Like there's, you know, I'm not saying like I hate it or anything, but like it is maybe the weakest season for me. Everything feels like so like, oh my god, and it was like also maybe going to be the last season. So like we're just trying to complete things and wrap things up, but also like I think really badly wrapping things up. I feel like it opened up a whole bunch of other questions and stuff. And then season 7 was better, although I don't know, kind of strange, and probably could have been more episodes as well. But then yeah, ever since they started, well, I guess they started with WandaVision, and that one was better as far as like feeling like it was actually meant to be a TV show. Because this thing, like, you got to work to the strengths of the medium you're using. Like, don't. There's certain things that probably could have worked a lot better as a TV show rather than the movie, and vice versa, you know. And it's all about like what story you want to tell with that. And could they have done an Andor movie? Maybe. Would it have been, or like maybe instead of a Han Solo movie, would have a Han Solo series have been better? Which we enjoyed the Han Solo movie; it was fun.
Yeah.
But like, maybe that could have really benefited in that style. You know what I mean? Or that style of storytelling, rather. You know. Falcon and Winter Soldier did have a lot of COVID issues. That is true. I have. I think my main issue with Falcon and Winter Soldier. I guess a couple. The Flag Smashers are kind of weak, which I feel like a lot of that might be COVID issues. But a big one for me is the Winter Soldier. I feel like he starts really strong. When like with the Wakanda flashbacks and all that, really like that's an awesome scene when they're out at the fire or whatever, you know, and she's reading off his activation code or whatever you call it. That's a great scene, absolutely great scene. But then he's developed into a boring character, and like sure it might make sense realistically if that was, you know, actually him. But he's a character that doesn't want to fight and he's not as fast and cool as he was. He's not. You've made a really cool character into just a guy that's there. And story-wise, that's not super interesting. You know, like he can still be this deadly threat, but fighting bad guys, you know.
With him
like,
in Thunderbolts, I wonder if he's gonna be kind of a Bucky to Sam Wilson Captain America, or if he's just not gonna really be a part of that.
I don't know. Oh, and again, earlier this year there was a one-shot Winter Soldier comic, which was fantastic. I think like that kind of story would have been so much more interesting, and I feel like you could have something very similar to that. Could have been his story in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And again, like he's trying to be a better person, but still is violent. But also just
Give me a hand ninja.
make him be held.
He's got that hood on his face. It's hard to make him hold his head.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think ultimately he was just, the end result is making him a boring character, and I don't like that. I'm not excited to see him again because what for? Like he feels like he's done. Is the best way I can put it. It's like it feels like he did get to his happy conclusion, happily ever after. Okay,
We never see him again. That's where it feels like he's left off for me. But yeah, I mean, I want to see him out there kicking ass. Like, that's what I want from the Winter Soldier. He could be hunting down rogue leftover Hydra members or something. You know, something cool. Deactivation in Wakanda should have been an episode. It's very heavy tone. I can agree with that. He feels guilty of being a killer, and the big moment just happened and was gone. I can agree with that. Like, that could have been stretched out for sure. The whole Sharon Carter thing is kind of meh, but I'm also kind of holding out hope. I think it was vague enough that Sharon Carter isn't necessarily the power broker. She could still be working for somebody else. But also, even if she is the power broker, I think you can, like, maybe tie her into, like, did she give Wilson Fisk some super soldier stuff? Is that why he's a lot stronger? You know, like, I think there could, if she's more incorporated into the world and we know more of, like, the bad things that she was doing,
Check it.
that could make her a more interesting character. But we didn't get, yeah, that's cool. We didn't get enough time with her, like, it's like, oh, she's bad and now she's gone, you know? Like, I think there's still hope for her, but oh yeah, she could be a Skrull. She could definitely be a Skrull. What happened to the other one? I don't know, but
She died.
she could be a Skrull. I see that. I don't know. I'm kind of torn on that because I see that as being very likely, but maybe too likely. Because, like, if she's revealed to be a Skrull, it's like, okay, and do we care? Is that interesting? I feel like picking who's going to be a Skrull is going to be very difficult as far as, like, making it an effective choice. You got to try to shock us and, like, oh my god, you know, what they were doing, you know, they were a Skrull, you know, like, who, but then also you have to, like, go back and, you know, who you made a Skrull, or if you decide this person's a Skrull, how does that affect the story in any kind of way or something? I don't know. I hear a lot of people saying that they think Rhodey's going to be a Skrull.
That wouldn't make sense because he got his back broke. It would have to be after Civil War.
It could be. But yeah, I mean, theoretically, there's some people that have been Skrulls for a long time. Because, I mean, they've been here since the 90s, I guess, you know? But I don't know. It's hard to say. I am super excited for Secret Invasion, though. I am really, really excited. And I hope it's a good show. Again, not a movie that's stretched out into a show. I hope it's a good show. And that's what I was getting at with. I feel like She-Hulk is a good sign that Marvel is trying to think of things more as a show. And also it had 9 episodes, which is longer than most of the other ones.
Yeah.
I think Andor, like I said, is I think it's the best thing Disney Plus has put out.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's really trying to be my favorite Star Wars thing that exists. I really, really love the show. If we got more stuff like that, whether it's Star Wars or Marvel or whatever, I would love some more content like this. I think it has been fantastic. And it's just a drama set in the Star Wars universe. And it has action and it has tension. It has so much tension. Just dripping, oozing with tension. And I love that. I love tension so much in a drama, in a horror movie. It is good stuff. Good stuff. Um, let's see. What about 10:30 now? Where's my phone at?
You dropped it on the floor, remember?
Oh, I did drop it on the floor.
Where you at?
I do think it's probably about time to wrap it up. I am hungry.
And we gotta watch Tales of the Jedi.
Oh yeah, we do gotta watch Tales of the Jedi.
I'm also hungry.
Which I'm, yeah. So, God, yeah, we have all this conversation about the future of Disney Plus and stuff, and haven't had a chance to watch Tales of the Jedi yet. Oh, we didn't mention like the Marvel specials, which there's been one of now.
Which I haven't seen any spoilers for Tales of the Jedi, but I've seen very positive things.
As far as, so we had like the I Am Groot, and then we had the first Marvel special, which was Werewolf by Night, which I thought was fantastic. I do think could have just been a movie. I feel like you could have worked in more stuff into there just to make it a full length.
See Gabehart's last comment?
No.
The 18 glorious episodes of Daredevil.
That's true. That is really promising.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to get too excited because that's the other thing. As far as like I said, like Andor being my favorite Star Wars thing ever, Daredevil is my favorite Marvel thing ever. The 3 seasons of that are incredible.
I'm excited because in She-Hulk he was very acrobatic. I want him to have the same grittiness of the original Daredevil, but also be just flipping everywhere, you know? I want him to actually jump off, like, rooftops and do his moves, you know?
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I'm hoping, because that's the thing. Like, if you go and watch the Daredevil show, those were clearly, you could not make that a movie and it be anywhere as good.
No.
No way. Like, that is a show, and that, you know, like all that character development, action, tension, like everything that is the Daredevil show.
I mean, even if it was still 18 episodes, but it was like one continuous story and not like cut up to be a TV show, I think that would be all right. Because I'd say a big problem with, like, say, Winter Soldier is if you could just fuse them together, it'd be a movie, not a whole lot of editing done, you know?
Yeah.
So if you did that with Daredevil, but 18 episodes, I think it's alright. Because then you at least get a lot of story. You just get a long movie, and I'm alright with that.
It just depends. I'm a big fan. I prefer TV shows over movies. You can get so much more depth and scene that
Parking garage, I assume.
Oh, okay, yeah. That was a fun scene. Even though, kind of doesn't make sense for She-Hulk to be doing so much property damage for no reason at all.
Nope, she destroyed that place.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there is, because Sokovia Accords lets her get away with it. Or when the lack of, I should say.
I don't know how that works, but anyway.
You just say you're a superhero. You show up in a super suit, and, I don't know, damage control takes care of it.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, what was I saying? So, but, like, there's a very clear difference between the structure of a good TV show and a good movie. And, like, you couldn't take Breaking Bad and turn it into a movie. Even though there was a follow-up movie or whatever, but, there was, like a little sequel mini thing. You couldn't take the Clone Wars and make it a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and even though, like, Clone Wars is a very different show from Andor, you know what I mean, structurally and how it works, but...
His head's on there pretty good.
Okay. But, there's a much bigger difference in intent of story. Because, like, again, with Clone Wars, you're building up to, like, the death of Echo and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, those are big plot points that have been carried for so long. Same, like, in Daredevil. Like, all these different plot points that you're with these characters for so long, and you get to learn so much about these characters, and oh my god. And that's like with Andor.
Still, man.
What's so like? Because I don't know. It's hard for me to really fully dissect and explain, but you're just able to do so much more in a show, development wise. And because of that, like I feel like things can just have such a greater impact. I don't think there's any like what's the most impactful Star Wars death in a movie?
In a movie?
Yeah.
Han Solo's death was pretty up there.
Yeah, I mean that was, at that point, 4 movies in. I would say Cassian and
Yeah,
Jin
everybody's
was
death.
pretty good. Everybody's, but theirs was like their death is really really good. Like it is a really fantastic
Yoda.
scene.
I don't think that was as impactful. Like, because we had a good moment. I don't know. Would you say like Yoda? It didn't like hit me. You know.
It didn't hit you like Echo.
Yeah, Echo's death, it hits you.
That's what I'm saying.
Jesse's death, it hits you.
Yeah.
Even Kanan's death, it hits you. It's a punch to the chest.
And like, I know you haven't watched Breaking Bad, but there's so many in there that are devastating. Just devastating. Xbox Gamer says Yoda. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
did that like
that's why I was saying Yoda.
did that like break your heart though when
Yeah.
Yoda died? That's what I'm talking about. Like, did that
Vader's
like
death.
emotionally mess you up? I would say Vader's death is probably the
Yeah.
biggest one, but that's more about the connection between him and Luke. And then it's sad because like, ooh, I like Kylo Ren's death.
Yeah.
I like Kylo Ren's death a lot. I know people hate that movie, the burning passion, but and you can meme it up too with the George Lucas. It's like poetry. It rhymes.
I actually
But that's
saw,
really what it is with Kylo Ren.
you know the most meme scene in that movie with somehow Palpatine
yeah,
returned.
yeah.
So it was explained to me pretty good. Why would Cassian know about weird
Poe.
I mean, know about weird Sith cloning, body swapping? Why would he know about that shit? To him, he was probably described that, and he's like, somehow that happened, you know?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
It's memed. I think it's memed a bit too hard. It is kind of
Yeah.
funny because it is kind of just like, he's back somehow.
Poe's just a dude, you know?
It totally makes sense for him in that place and time and in his character. He's just like, hey guys, Palpatine's back, and it's somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know how. It's weird to me. I didn't think this would happen, but here we are, and we need to fix it. Because
Palpatine's
it's what
back.
we do.
Let's fucking kill him.
Yeah.
I think a cringier scene is they fly now, you know? That one?
Who?
Where they're riding the speeder bikes in the desert, and
Oh.
all the characters turn to each other and go, "They fly now!"
Yeah.
And it's like,
That's really bad.
that was made for trailers, and it sucked.
Yeah.
You know? Because it's not the first jet trooper in the universe.
Yeah. No. It's also just like, even if it was,
Yeah.
it's not a good scene.
Yeah. That's like as cringy as, he's right behind me, isn't he? You know?
Yeah. It wasn't good.
It's not the best movie in the world. Love it.
there's cool things in that movie, and I'd say most of it has to do with Kylo Ren. I really
Yeah.
like his character
Those three
arc.
movies with the Kylo Ren movies.
Um,
I like Rey as a
I think
character. I would
Rey
love to
had
see
so
her
much more
grow.
potential. Rey should have been our first on-screen gray Jedi. They hyped up so much about her delving into the dark side and stuff, and the ultimate reveal should have been they should have chose her to balance the force, which is what we've been talking about this whole time, and she should have been the first person to be able to, like, I am using the dark and the light, and with it I can defeat you, Sidious, like.
If you love a little bit over analysis on your Star Wars movies, I would recommend a channel called AT-AT Chat that has analyzed a lot of the Star Wars duels throughout the animation and the movies and stuff. And I think his analysis is really good. That's about it on that. I think it's hard to say analysis good. I was trying to say, why can't I say that word? Analyze. You know what I mean.
Analyses.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other just weird, funky
He
words.
say
you can mess
words
it up.
good.
I like the way he talk.
He talk good.
He talk about it, and I be like, "Dang, you got
right.
a point. You got a point there. I never thought about it that like that, but you."
When I talk, I feel like I should have like a piece of wheat hanging out my mouth and a straw hat.
Where my wheat go? Where my hat? No, but anyway, yeah,
Maybe a corn pipe.
yeah. My point being, like, again, I'm trying to. Oh yeah, because I asked, like, did Yoda emotionally? I don't know. I don't think Yoda's death is, like, really emotional. You barely
Luke's
get to know.
death was decently emotional. I'd say he had a good death, and people will fight me on that.
I wouldn't put it over Vader's death.
Calm down, Boomhauer.
Lord, you listen here, bro. I better tell you about something. I want to talk about Star Wars, but you think about it. Who you talking about died now? I mean, saying, I don't want Kylo Ren.
Boomhauer's speech is so hard to do. Like, because
Yeah.
even you weren't. I don't think
I
doing
wasn't
it
trying
right.
that hard, but
Yeah, but anyways, no, I think Luke's death was good,
yeah.
and so
but
many people will shit on it. I think that duel between Luke and Kylo was good.
yeah,
And people will shit on that because they weren't flipping around and doing shit, you know?
kind of was.
No, they weren't. They
He
were,
like limboed under the
yeah,
lightsaber.
I love that one.
Yeah.
Because going back to AT-AT Chat, the YouTuber, he was explaining like old, martial arts principles, specifically Bruce Lee saying, move like water. That's what Luke was doing, He was just flowing. And I think that was really cool.
E. It wasn't deeply devastating with Yoda, but I keep it up there because he was an important character. Luke went out like a boss, projecting himself like he did. Yeah,
Yeah.
No, it was an awesome scene. Yeah, and then
And it was an emotional scene. He
Yeah.
gave Kylo Ren a line that his dad would do. See you around, kid. He even kind of said it like Harrison Ford
Yeah.
almost. God, because he knew what he was doing. He's like basically saying, fuck you, little prick.
yeah, and in a very cool way, being like, I know really badly you want to kill me, but too bad, I'm killing myself.
Yeah, that's another part of that scene. He steals that kill from Kylo Ren,
Yeah.
essentially.
Well, he embarrasses him
Yeah.
and then kills himself. But yeah, no, I do like that. God, that's the movie I dislike the most. It's so strange to me because, like, I think, yeah. I don't know. It's so weird for me because, like, a lot happens in every Star Wars movie except for number 7 or 8. 8. I'm sorry, number 8.
Yeah.
They're just getting chased in while running out of gas. Oh yeah, and Finn and Rose look at slavery or something. I don't know.
This might sound a bit mean, but I think Finn should have died.
Finn should have died, or they should have done something with him.
Yeah.
That was his two things. If he died there, it would have been like an impactful death.
Yeah.
It would have been this character has come to this point.
This point.
But he's come to this point and
he's found his purpose.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, and it's kind of sad to say it, but like, his whole point was like, I'm not supposed to be a stormtrooper, but like, what am I supposed to be doing here? I don't really fit in with the Resistance, but then to ultimately kind of come around and be like, this is my purpose. I gotta sacrifice myself to save my friends and everything. Like, that would have been really good.
Did you hear about the Star Wars announcements?
Which ones?
They are working on more films set after the sequels.
Surprising.
I can't wait.
I want to see more with Rey. I think
I do.
She has so much more potential.
I haven't seen Tales of the Jedi yet, but people were speculating on Twitter. Hey, what Jedi would you like to see in a potential season 2?
Yeah.
And I said an animated Luke and an animated Rey. I think would be really good for Tales of the Jedi.
I think they need. I think she has to become a gray Jedi. Like, something's got to change.
Or at least just rewrite the old rules. Because that was Luke's problem.
But I think that's what specifically made Rey so unique. Because she did have that, like, strong connection to the dark side. She force lightning the ship. Make her a gray Jedi.
And maybe it's just because I have a bad history with gray Jedi.
She doesn't have to be an edgy Jedi.
Yeah, that they usually turn up edgy, and
no,
I don't want her to be.
No, because I do like the idea of a gray Jedi. It's just like, screw these ideologies of this is dark, this is light, this is the Force. And I'm one with all of the Force. And all of its teachings and principles and usages.
I think the main problem with the Jedi Order, as that Luke didn't learn his lesson, is that attachments are good, actually.
Yeah.
Attachments, you shouldn't fear losing some. I'm trying to think how to word it, because this is like, I'm running on 0 brain power right now. It's less about you shouldn't fear losing someone, but you should still care deeply about them.
Yeah.
Like,
take it easy, Pia. Yeah, we're probably about to hop off here too.
my brain's mush.
Yeah, I'm really hungry.
And I'm hungry. What do you want to eat?
And yeah, I was probably gonna make a pizza. Either that or go to White Castle. I haven't decided yet. That was Finn's hero moment, and stopped by. Yeah, that one was super lame. He either needed to die there, or become a Jedi in the next movie, and neither one of those things happened. Or Force adjacent user, you know what I mean, like. Or just something. Like, it just felt like... And I felt that at the end of the first movie, Force Awakens. I was like, what does Finn do after this? Like...
See ya, Sheriff.
Take it easy, Logan. You all, don't forget. Special video coming out Friday, alright? Get ready for it. And giveaway. Can you
hold his chin? No, he can't. I wanted to put him like this.
And then actually, coolest character in the second movie is Rose's sister.
Yeah.
In there at the beginning of the movie. I love the beginning of that movie. It is amazing. And it doesn't matter that it doesn't make sense that bombs are being dropped in no gravity. I can look over that.
Yeah, because people... hated that scene for that. It's like, one, they dropped bombs in The Empire Strikes Back in space.
Yeah.
They were at least close to a planet in The Last Jedi.
Yeah. But cinematically, the fact that they were able to like capture so much, like I cared so much about this character that I don't even know. Did she speak?
I don't remember.
She might not, but she acted so great. And then like the other, like the pilot or something died, or the gunner died or something. I can't remember now. Amazing scene. Amazing scene. But yeah, and then
it's like it's Star Wars. There's space wizards,
and there's so much tension
Who
of
cares about
all the other
gravity?
bombers getting destroyed, and
Yeah.
she's the last one. And then like she loses her pilot or gunner or somebody, and then she's got to go down there and manually release the bombs. And oh man, like so much. And then she knows like it's over, but she did her job. And like man, it's such a beautiful intro to a movie I don't enjoy at all. There's some good parts of it.
Also, I feel like Rose could have had a better arc if she hated Poe for his bad leadership that led to her sister's death.
Yes. I don't understand the point of Rose, other than ultimately to stop Finn from dying.
Yeah.
But like, why? She didn't need to do that. She could have been.
She could have been a cool character.
Yeah, she could have been a much cooler character if she had some resentment towards Poe, and Poe had a lot to be resented for in that movie. And that's another big problem I have with that movie is Poe gets off at the end just scot-free. He fucks up the entire movie, and they're like, you know what? I like you, kid, and it's just like
You're a general now.
What? He's literally been wrong this entire movie, and then they're like, he's kind of cute though.
Hey, he's Oscar Isaac.
He's Oscar Isaac. I kind of like the way he looks. He's gonna make a good Moon Knight someday.
He's best friends with Pedro Pascal. That's one of my favorite little fun facts. God, because if you see the way they talk about each other or in interviews together, they are fantastic. I love them.
Yeah.
They're great.
But anyway, that's gonna be the end of our rants.
Yeah.
We'll be back. Lots of videos coming up. Very, very soon. Videos, giveaways, cool things happening. I got a cool comic coming in tomorrow. Like I said, I'm trying to work on a deal for another really big comic. Hopefully that'll work out. I'll be able to get that.
No, his thumb hasn't been that much that way.
Trying to think if I got anything else coming in. I don't know. That's about all I got. Thank you all for hanging out. I gotta go eat and then watch Tales of the Jedi and then do a bunch of keychain orders and some voiceover work. So I got a long night still ahead of me.
Rock on.
Take it easy, y'all.
Yo, can he do Live Long and Prosper? Hell yeah, what a dweeb.
Oh my god.
Y'all see that good? Bye.